brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Yeah, welcome back to the Lit House. Welcome back to the Lit House. Home Inc. TV, hustlers on a mission every day. Dividendsapparel.com. Whatever you do, make sure you do it capital and create a positive impact today and later. You feel me? And we just finna get into some reaction to some shit that I ain't know shit about, man. They said Wembanyama injured. He might be out for the playoffs. I ain't even know about that, man. I guess I'm betting against the Spurs the rest of the time they in the playoffs. And yeah, I'm betting against the Spurs, bitch. If he ain't playing, why the fuck? What the fuck? You could count them out. They ain't got Wembanyama. It's over with. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know. I don't even see them pulling off shit. Nothing. I don't see them doing nothing. I don't even know who else they got on that team. Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a little bit. I don't even know if Chris Paul's still playing. Anyway, man, who the fuck on the Spurs, man? Before we get to the Spurs information with Wembanyama, man, we're going to get into this other NBA news with Ben 10 telling niggas to pull up. Did he tell niggas to pull up? He told niggas to pull up to the hospital? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. That's why we're reacting to it right now. Well, let's get to this. Let's see what the fuck
it is at it again, bruh. This is wild.
You know, the health kit. But you know, in the facial, the hospital, you haven't felt a bang, see the guns. Scary. I'm all stinking good. Forever time. I'm all stinking.
And they said pull up and let's bet something. You gonna bet on the shot, on the goal? You want to bet on the shot? On the back of the dough?
I'm all stinking good. Forever time. 10. Can't forget about Marvin, man.
But if y'all who fake remember whatever, remember the video when I said, yo, they saying it's bad for Ben 10 and all of this shit and everything, right? And what I said in the video was he died twice. He had them, his legs ain't working, and that he, without a miracle, he was going to perish on Thursday, right? So Friday came, still alive. And I often wonder, like a lot of y'all, why did he start doing it then? So remember when All-Star JR said this? Bro, you ever wish payday came sooner? This might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. And one of them, like, when you credit 75 page, the option sign up design.
Man, if you don't got nobody, now the best way this dance can work, if you shoot your dumb ass like 4 or 5 times before you fall. But if you don't got nobody to do that for you, just lay down smooth like this, right? Lay your down and point them toes up, right? You spread a little bit, and I spank you, and you just jump a little bit. Do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT. And there y'all go. BN10 challenge, man. Hey, the best BN10 challenge, man. Fuck it. $20,000 BN10 challenge. Best BN10 challenge, man, to go viral. Fuck with me. Let's get it.
Then my Sherlock Holmesian mind got to thinking. We don't know. We only really know what All-Star JR is doing and what NBA Ben 10 is doing. They're both lying. There's a bit of truth in the middle somewhere. And when we go back and we look at those text messages, the story that's supposed to be told might literally be within there. And this is why All-Star JR was basically trolling him. Baby boy Ted, missed audio call. What's crazy was, I didn't tell y'all I spit on the goofy after he got flamed. Thick ass neck brace. Did you get popped or get in a 10-car pileup? I ain't doing your interview, bro. It's over. It say, I ain't trying to talk, nigga. Send me that challenge, pussy. Oh, you really a B? With a photo that disappeared, he say the end in the hospital full of bullets. You pick up, you know I ain't full of no effing bullets. Well, duh, B, you been in the hospital 100 days, for sure. You wipe that spit off your pussy ass face? How I feel that everybody left your bum ass to die? Nigga, you ain't cut a bum ass do, boy. So I'm under the impression of a couple of things. All-Star JR is lying in that damn story. He said Ben 10 basically took 4 or 5 standing up. So what you do? Shoot him in his legs? You shot him in his legs, which means you didn't intend to kill him. So the tough guy talk, really, you was playing it safe. You were more afraid of the consequences and all that shit, which I don't believe. I believe you was covering your own ass when you said that, because the way Ben 10 is putting up the videos, he's only shooting it from like right here or a little bit right here. So to me, that means y'all both playing games. Because remember when Academic said this?
I spoke to Ben 10 yesterday. Ben 10 called me and said, oh shit. Ben 10 was lively. Like, he said, act. He said, yo, Ben 10 told me the wildest thing. He said, act. He said, you my nigga. You know me, we was kicking it back there at the tour. He's like, yo, listen, that nigga making a bag off it. I'm going to give the real on everything. You know what I mean? All this lies this nigga doing, I'm going to clear the air. I said, by the way, he showed me everything. I couldn't see a bullet wound. I won't lie to you. I couldn't see a bullet wound. Showed me his chest, pause. You know what I mean? Like, he's chilling, laughing, cracking jokes. You know what I mean? He's in good spirits. You know what's so crazy? His barber popped up his barber popped up to the hospital. Like, yo, like, yeah, act, my barber coming upstairs right now. Nigga getting a cut in there, yo.
Of course, both of them playing games. They motherfucking both could have a case.
Or a little bit right. Videos.
The police watching. They gotta switch that
from
shit
like
up.
right here.
They gotta have some deep. They gotta have some false shit in there just in case them niggas get booked for some
that
bullshit.
Means y'all both playing games. Because remember when Academic said this?
I spoke to Ben 10 yesterday.
Oh, no, let me see.
So
Base 44 super agents. Careful, there's no going back. No setup. Just say hello. Every tool you already use, plugged in a click.
Excuse me.
So what you do? Shoot him in his legs?
Probably shit.
You shot him in his legs, which means you didn't intend to kill him. So the tough guy talk, really,
he shot him in his legs.
You were more afraid of the consequences and all that shit,
on the
which
ground.
I don't believe. I believe you was covering your own ass when you said that, because the way Ben 10 is putting up the videos, he's only shooting it from like right here.
Morning.
Or a little bit right here. So to me, that means y'all both playing games. Because remember when Academic said this?
I spoke to Ben 10 yesterday. Ben 10 called me and said, oh shit. Ben 10 was lively. Like, he said, act. He said, yo, Ben 10 told me the wildest thing. He said, act. He said, you my nigga. You know me, we was kicking it back there at the tour. He's like, yo.
Shit starting to lag on me, ain't it? We good,
listen,
though.
That nigga making a bag off it. I'm going to give the real on everything. You know what I mean? All this lies this nigga doing, I'm going to clear the air. I said, by the way, he showed me everything. I couldn't see a bullet wound. I won't lie to you. I couldn't see a bullet wound. Showed me his chest, pause. You know what I mean? Like, he's chilling, laughing, cracking jokes. You know what I mean? He's in good spirits. You know what's so crazy? His barber popped up his barber popped up to the hospital. Like, yo, so yeah, act, my barber coming upstairs right now. Nigga getting a cut in there, yo. Yo, it's crazy. But yeah, he was like, yo, he said, act. So y'all nigga trying to like make some bread off of this. He's like, nigga, I'll make some bread too. What's up? So, act. Let's line it up. He said, you my nigga, I'll do anything for you free. But find a nigga that's down to drop the bag, nigga. I'll do an interview from the fucking hospital room, nigga. Let's get to it. I got a lot of shit to say. He's like, and to keep it real, so, you know, I ain't no goddamn hoe. He's like, nigga, I'll do an interview with that nigga. I'm like, what? Nah, he's still on bad timing. I'm here to tell y'all, he's still on bad timing. Ben 10 still on bad timing. He's still on bad timing. Really bad timing. Anyway, I talked to him. He's in good spirits, y'all. Good spirits. He told me a lot more stuff. Obviously, some of the stuff I want to save for let him rock out. I want him to, whatever. But speak to him.
So Academics, he showed you what exactly? I'm just curious. He said he showed him like this and all this shit. Ben 10 is still in the hospital almost 2 weeks after the shooting.
Yeah, that's crazy though. You gotta think about it.
If you weren't in
listen, man. My partner, dog, one of my closest partners, bro. Nigga got shot. Nigga got hit 4-5 times, bro. All in his upper torso. Bullet went through my dog neck, bro. Bullet went straight through his neck, bro. In one side, out the other side with an exit wound. Shot 5 times, bro. 4-5 times. With a bullet that went through his neck. That nigga was out in under about 12 hours, bro. At home, walking around the next day, just with some shit on the neck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he up moving around the next day within like 24 hours, bro. Under 24 hours for real. This was a bullet that went through his neck. Like, that shit was an inch away from some shit that could have paralyzed him for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, if the nigga wasn't fucked up, bro, he would have been out that bitch in a couple days, bro. The fact that they got him in there for 2 weeks, that shit fucked up. They gotta do extra tests. They keeping him for observation of shit for surgery that they had to fix with that boy. They gotta make sure they making sure shit. You feel me? That's why they been in there for 2 weeks. That shit is serious. That nigga in there for 2 weeks, that shit serious, bro. My nigga got hit 4-5 times with a bullet went straight through his neck. That nigga was out the next day walking around. This nigga in the hospital 2 weeks. That shit serious, bro.
Higher constraints. If it wasn't that bad, you're either paralyzed or it was just as bad as I was told. And everything actually was true without the paralyzation part of it. Or they think that was it paralysis, I think it is, ain't really fully on because you haven't left the hospital yet. Which means you're still under intensive care unit. Which means they're afraid that you could die.
As soon as you leave that bitch.
Because there's no reason that you're there. You comfortable. If y'all look at that video, there was a basketball hoop, a Picasso, a microwave, some diapers. Nah, I'm kidding on that last part. But remember when All-Star JR said this shit?
Tagging me, talking about, you see being back. Well, if the so back, tell him to do the Ben 10. I'll double it for.
So here's what I believe. I believe right now, Ben 10 realizes he said way too much to academics, that he's more effed up than what he's putting on. His last post before, he had on a neck brace, which is gone now, which is basically stabilization and recovery. So I think the miracle did happen. And I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. If he's on a mission to act like this, to say, now I'm good, we got to wonder, when weren't you good? See, people come out of comas. People heal up. But when he said to academics, I'll do the Ben 10 challenge, and you got to send me the money. It don't look like you can, man. And the fact that you're now showing off new shit piece by piece by piece, play by play, either you're super intelligent and we got to give you credit on that because you're like, I'm just going to make y'all wait. I'm going to do it on my time, which would be the way to do it. That's how I would do it, me personally. Or you really, really effed up. You probably got colostomy bag. I'm even saying that right. And your legs don't work, or they slightly do, and you got slight gross motor skills and mobility in your legs. Because this is one of the most oddest stories I've ever heard of in a while. Because you wanted to prove you weren't dead. You wanted to do all of this shit. And I think people are the ones who set me up with the fake profile, or they did it, and that profile was actually right 100%. And shit, we actually was right. But I did say, hey, bruh, it's gonna take a miracle. So maybe the miracle did happen. Because if you look at his mom's post before Friday, it didn't reek of anything that was certain that he was gonna live. It was all prayers for my baby and all of this and everything, like a mom should. I mean, we watched Jason's mom, Jason Voorhees' mom still love on her son. So I don't know, bro. This shit just got more interesting. If I'm a betting man, he gotta do something drastic before this week ends. Because the story is dying out. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one.
Oh yeah, we got the Foolio trial too. Maybe I'm gonna do that next when I come back. Cause we're gonna get deep into that. So we're gonna pop that off at 1. Shit, at 1? It's like 12:30. We're gonna pop that off 1 o'clock. And I'm only do that shit for like 30 minutes. An hour probably. We're gonna see how long that shit lasts. But I got some shit to do in the morning, so I ain't gonna be up before in the morning like that. The shit tonight.
The man they call the future of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama, is now at the center of a terrifying situation that nobody saw coming. What looked like a brutal
I
fall
know I
has
did
turned
see
into
it
something
coming.
far more serious behind the scenes. Reports are getting worse. The concern is growing across the league, and even
Blood
legends
clot.
like LeBron James have reacted to the situation, showing just how big this moment really is. From a historic playoff debut to uncertainty about his immediate future, everything has changed in a matter of hours. So let's break down exactly what happened, what we know about his condition, and why this moment could have massive implications for both the Spurs and the future of the NBA. Tuesday night in San Antonio was supposed to be a celebration. The 7'4" center had just celebrated being awarded NBA Defensive Player of the Year honors during pregame festivities, the trophy still warm in his hands. That award marked the first time anyone had been a unanimous winner, and Wembanyama was the youngest player to ever win the prestigious honor. The 22-year-old Frenchman earned all 100 first-place votes, while Oklahoma City Thunder's Chet Holmgren finished with 76 second-place votes. The Frost Bank Center was alive. The Spurs were the second seed in the Western Conference, and Wemby, 2 days earlier, had put the league on notice with a performance for the ages. Then, with 8:57 remaining in the second quarter of Game 2 against the Portland Trailblazers, everything changed. The injury occurred on a play where Wembanyama tried a spin move in the paint and was fouled by Drew Holiday. As he went to the ground, Wembanyama tried to pass the ball,
I don't know
and
if
with
he
that,
was
was
fouled.
unable to protect his head as he hit the court. He was not
God
able to
damn,
brace
he hit his
himself on the
head?
fall, and with that, paint, and was fouled by Blazers. Everything changed. The injury occurred on a play where Wembanyama tried a spin move in the paint and was fouled by Drew Holiday. As he went to the ground, Wembanyama
He
tried to
knocked
pass the
out?
ball, and with that, was
Damn,
unable to
he was
protect his
knocked
head
out.
as he hit the court. He was not able to brace himself on the fall, and his jaw hit the court. For a man standing 7 feet and 4 inches tall, the distance between standing upright and the ground is enormous. There is no soft landing from that height. There is no way to quietly absorb the impact when your jaw meets hardwood at full speed. Wembanyama took a minute to get up off the ground, holding his head and covering his eyes from the bright lights of the arena. Wembanyama remained on the court for about 30 seconds before rising to a seated position. For about a minute and speaking to teammate Stephon Castle, the 7'4" Wembanyama sat underneath the basket as the team called a timeout, and Wemby chants from the crowd filled Frost Bank Center. He eventually popped up and ran through the tunnel toward the locker room. And Wemby chants from the crowd filled Frost Bank Center. He eventually popped up and ran through the tunnel toward the locker room.
Shit, look swole a little bit.
Timeout, and Wemby chants from the crowd filled Frost Bank Center. He eventually popped up and ran through the tunnel toward the locker room, with head athletic trainer Will.
At least we ain't seen no blood leaking like that. I don't think it was that bad, man. He all right.
7 following. 18 agonizing minutes later, the announcement came. The team announced that Wembanyama has entered concussion protocol and will be out for the remainder of Game 2 against the Blazers. Stephon Castle, the young guard who had been right there when Wemby went down, spoke afterward. "I was just checking on him, making sure he was okay," Castle said. "Obviously, he ran off the floor, so that's a good sign. But here's the thing. It didn't feel like a good sign. Not for the 19,000 plus fans inside that arena. Not for the Spurs coaching staff, and certainly not for the millions watching at home, who had seen this 22-year-old phenom faceplant on live television during only his second playoff game ever." Shams Charania later confirmed that Wembanyama had been formally diagnosed with a concussion and would undergo further testing on Wednesday. The question on everyone's lips, when or if Wemby would be back.
Man, Wemby coming right back, man. Wemby ass coming right back. I ain't even gotta hear that no more. I ain't even, they worry about Wemby coming. I'm not betting against the Spurs. That bitch finna be in that game. He straight. That nigga a soldier. He took a fall. He took a hard fall. That shit stunned him. He a tall ass nigga, bro. He a tall ass light skinned nigga, bro. He probably ain't never took no real punch in the face or nothing like that. So to hit the ground like that, you feel me? It was a very, we'll talk about with his straight face, like you couldn't catch us. That shit was definitely shocking. It was stunned to that, and yeah, he damn sure had to go under that protocol because his head hit that hard. But man, that nigga finna be right back. They got the physical player of the year just right before that shit. All right. Y'all think that nigga ain't coming back? The coaches ain't finna keep that man out the game, even if they wanted to keep him out. Man, that man playing. Y'all, boy, God damn it, them bitches might win the championship. I ain't gonna lie, boy, it's gonna be them. I don't like OKC. OKC might do it again. I ain't gonna bullshit. OKC nice now. That's who just fouled them, ain't it? So hold on. They were just, that was, yeah. When they were just playing. I'm tripping. Let me go back. That was okay. So, and then who they playing?
Order a footlong in the app, and Subway Sub Club members get another for free.
If I were him,
I would motherfucking mute this motherfucking commercial and hit skip soon as that bitch pop up like that.
Called the future of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama is now at the center of a terrifying situation that nobody saw coming. What looked like a brutal fall has turned into something far more serious behind the scenes. Reports are getting worse. The concern is growing across the league, and even legends like LeBron James have reacted to the situation. He faced 8 different Portland defenders and scored against all of them. Against Donovan Clingan, he shot 4 of 6. Against Robert Williams III, he shot 2 of 5. The Spurs legends were watching from the stands. Wembanyama closed the game with a 14.4 remaining in the second quarter of Game 2 against the Portland Trailblazers. Everything changed. The injury occurred on a play where Wembanyama tried a spin move in the paint and was fouled by Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday on the Portland Trailblazers now. Hey, man. Wembanyama coming right back. Portland getting eliminated. You can get them up out of here, man. Man, I want to see. Boy, look. I don't know who the fuck the Lakers gonna have to see. The Lakers got to beat the motherfucking Rockets first, though. It's only game 2.
When the album's already out. So, you know, I was even thinking about it. I'm like, if we do a listening party, should I just do a 24-hour stream where I start streaming from 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. the night before, we go into midnight, we get Drake's album, and I stream all the way till my show begins the same day. That would be ill, but I probably need some sleep. I'm thinking about it, but I will say, you know, I've seen some people like, Ak, what are you gonna do? No, you guys are misunderstanding what's happening. This works out perfectly. Okay. Remember, we do listening parties on Thursday night, not Friday night. Okay. So we'll be able to do our listening party and have a good time, have some new Drake tunes, and we're going to go on to the show. And who knows, maybe we just, you know, maybe we drop some exclusives at the shows. You know what I mean? Who knows? Anyway, I'm excited. We'll get a little bit more into Iceman a little bit. All the talk right now in hip hop is all about Iceman. Iceman this, Iceman that. Yo, it's like, it's so hilarious in hip hop media. Everybody's hedging their bets. You know what I mean? Like all the guys who thought like, like 2 years ago. And we got to remember that we are about a week and a half. Actually, yes, exactly a week and a half today away from when a week and a half from 2 years to the date when Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us. And there were so many people who, when the battle was kind of like almost like finalized, and of course Not Like Us is out, they said, we got him. We got him. It's like that, it's like that Kamala Harris, we did it, Joe, like thing. Everybody had this moment. I seen a lot of
we did it, Joe.
That was hip hop media. Hip hop media was like, we got him out of here. Finally. Yes. You know what I mean? I think Pusha T, he jumped on the pylon. Meek Mill was like he didn't want to say too much, but it was like, yeah, we got this motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying those particular rappers, but, you know, hip hop media specifically, most of them who either, you know, I don't know how their relationships got soured or maybe Joe cussed them out or whatever. They were like, finally, we could get rid of this guy. It was supposed to be a changing of the guards. You know, it was the moment where hip hop was to rid themselves of what even some of these guys call the cancerous Drake. However, in the next year, in the next 2 years to follow, all we saw was a drought. We saw the worst drought that, you know, no one could ever expect. Most of these people, they lost their livelihoods, couldn't pay their mortgages. They lost their shows. They weren't interested because there was nothing much in hip hop to talk about. And for them, their content was hate. And when hate wasn't the thing that could fuel them anymore, they all fell flat. All those people are now doubling back. They're hedging their bets. You know, they're all putting out statements and going on by saying, hey, listen, you know what? I never really hated the guy. Wait, hold on now. I know I said I was happy he was being called a pedophile, but I didn't hate him. Some of these things don't even make sense. Some of these things don't make sense. You know what I mean? There's some people who said that they believed when, you know, this guy was described as a quote unquote PDF, yet they're now saying they didn't hate him. I don't know how you could believe that somebody was a PDF and don't hate him, but I digress. So anyway, everyone's hedging their bets, and, you know, it's about to be a beautiful time because no matter how it goes, May 15th is going to give people a runway to hate, a runway to love, a runway to backtrack, a runway to apologize.
Iceman, Mr. Freeze, Jack Frost, all of that shit. It's gonna be a cold summer. That nigga bet not say that line in that goddamn album. Boy, you bet not. If I swear to God, if I hear this nigga say cold summer, if I hear this nigga say cold summer anytime in this album, it's predictable. I don't want to hear it. It's Iceman. And then you gonna drop in the middle of the summer. You better not say shit about a cold summer on your first single. Not on the first single. You can say cold summer in the album. God damn it better not be on the first single, Drake. We expect more from you. I'm telling you right now. Don't let it be on the first single, nigga. It's too predictable. Oh shit, Iceman drop the summer. It's gonna be a cold summer. Don't say that shit. Don't make that shit a hit. He gonna fuck right here. Fuck around, make it a hook. Like, man, I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be a cold summer. To turn that bitch into it, don't turn my shit into it. Make it Iceman 2 or something. Do that shit for Iceman 2 or something, not the first one in the summer. I fuck with Drake, man. I ain't gonna count to you. I know he won the battle against Kendrick. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I know he won. He won the beat. He won the beat. Niggas hating on Drake. I don't give a damn, boy. He won to me, boy.
Right? It's the excitement that we all need in hip hop. And time heals all. That's what I've realized. You know? And I do want to give credit to a lot of these guys who they were probably hating. And when they said, yo, you know what? Because a lot of people did say this. Drake just needs to go away. But really, they just wanted him to go away because Drake stopped having relationships with them, wouldn't give them an interview. Probably cussed them out in DMs. Probably said that they were a goof. You know how he talks. And they wanted to rid themselves of the guy. But that was actually the actual remedy. You know, in the last, I want to say 3 months or so, his silence has been deafening. News or rumors about Iceman has been so loud that everybody's speculating, even incorrectly. Elliot Wilson saying he's hearing stuff. Charlamagne is hearing stuff. I heard today Joe said he heard some stuff. We have Melonhead, he heard some stuff. DJ Dickhead, he heard some. Everybody is now hearing things, right? Kind of ironic because y'all hear stuff about a nigga you don't like. What about the guy you do like? You don't hear nothing about him? It's okay. So anyway, you know, it's a great reset, and heavy's a head that wears a crown. I do believe that it was valuable advice that Drake just disappear for a while. It was the only thing that made people realize that he's part of an ecosystem that get us all fed. You talk about Drake, you get some attention. Talk about Drake, you pay your bills. You rap about Drake, you hate on Drake, you get a YouTube video that does over 20,000. I went to go check one of these guys, one of these guys was making music about it too. He was doing all types of hieroglyphics. I went to go check what he was talking about. Nothing.
Look, them fuck niggas do be getting views, bro. I fuck with Drake too much, bro. I can't just do no bullshit. That's some fuck nigga shit, bro. That's some fuck nigga shit, bro. I can't do that, bro. It's not in my DNA, bro. Even if I ain't fuck with the nigga, I couldn't do no hate video. Like, it's a lot of fuck niggas I don't fuck with. And it's shit that I could hate on from niggas that I don't fuck with shit that's going on with these niggas all the time. I'd rather not give a nigga no type of promotion any kind of fucking way, nigga. I don't give a fuck if it's fucked up, any type of promotion. I ain't giving no nigga no hate promotion for no views. Bitch, fuck you, especially on my page, bitch ass niggas. Fuck you niggas. All right, but yeah. No, I'm just saying for real, like, if I really don't like me, I ain't putting ass on my page. Oh, bitch, I don't give a fuck if it was goddamn bitch whoever. You know what I'm saying? But hate is a strong word. I like to think in the words of Jackie Moon. You know, everybody love everybody. You feel me? Everybody love everybody. You know, it's too much hate going on. I'm trying to create a positive impact today and later. Even though sometimes you have to proceed. Sometimes you got to do some negative shit to get a positive result. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it's inevitable. But Neither here nor there.
Abysmal. Okay. So, Drake is here to save us and save him too. It's all good. All right, we'll get into a little bit more minute details and a little bit about exactly what's kind of shaping up. Again, May 15th is the date. There's a lot of speculation on how this is going to go, right? We'll get into everything with ICE. We kind of did cover some of that stuff, but we want to kind of like explicitly get into what is the next step of the rollout. I think he did one of the most ingenious ways of kind of pretty much doing a treasure hunt. But now it's what comes next. Does he drop a single? Does he not drop a single? Does he drop 2 songs? Does he preview a song? Does he need to? That's a good conversation we'll have in a little bit. A bunch of other like bot stuff, like, conversations are happening. They're also investigating Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon Music for manipulating or taking, it's not necessarily payola, but creating an unfair market where people could pay for placements. And the Attorney General out of Texas wants to investigate that to see if, this is happening. We're going to talk about that as well. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff about Iceman adjacent stuff. There's not.
Whoa. What's that?
Keep it lit.
It's a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app. Impossible.
What the sales are going to end up being. So we'll kind of indulge in those conversations as well. Oh yeah. Shout out to my man Rob Markman. I seen Rob Markman. He kind of came back. He said, I didn't really dislike Drake either. They just called me a Drake hater. It's like, it's okay, my brother. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's ironic everybody's putting out the statements now, right? It would have been pretty cool, in the midst of the hate for them to just say, but no.
Hey man, I ain't never been a Drake hater, man. I ain't never hated on a nigga named Drake ever. I ain't never hated on a nigga named Drake ever. I prefer goddamn ARs though over Draco, but I ain't never hated on a nigga named Drake. How can you hate on a nigga that? How? Like, what the reason? I don't even know the nigga. You can't hate on a nigga I don't know. That nigga be jamming, bro. That nigga be jamming, bro. I ain't gonna cut to you. I keep bitches around me, so if a bitch around, I'm not finna listen to nothing that other shit. Drake got the current shit that you put on when the bitch is around, man. You know what I'm saying? That player shit.
It's okay. Yeah. I see Daylight kind of exposed, or actually Daylight, and there's a media member, Dijon. They're exposing, it looked like the cracks are starting to be seen over the, the Bot Like Us farm. We're hearing that, TDE, maybe they were looking to try to recruit people into their consortium, or maybe their paid cabal. And ironically, they all thought that because I support Drake, they needed to galvanize and organize a whole group of people that would, balance it out. I was actually fucking flattered. I seen a text that said Drake has academics, so let's get Voltron. They treated me like I was Thanos. Like, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as sometimes I really kind of get up, I feel like I'm not that. I ain't shit like that. But when I get online to hear how these guys talk about me, and they basically say I move the needle all the way. And I now see like an active thing where they're trying to say we need to all team up to counter academics being on Drake's side. Like, this is like fucking Infinity Wars. I'm like, am I not? I don't know. Like, I kind of, it's a little bit laughable.
That shit is funny. I ain't seen nobody do no shit like that.
I'm like, wait, did they believe this? Or maybe it's
but I'm not him. So
we'll get into all those things. What else is going on in hip hop? We have the start of the Foolio trial today, people. Yes, Julio. He was brutally gunned down by a crew of 3 individuals, but it was expanded to 5 individuals. There was a girl and her boyfriend who were the lookouts. Then there were 3 gunmen. Okay. The 4 that were male are going on trial now. The female, she actually went on trial before, and she essentially,
that nigga did that shit 5 minutes from my hood, man.
She didn't agree to snitch, right? So she's not going to be, from my understanding, she's not going to be working for the state. Because number one, she did love her boyfriend, but she did end up blaming her boyfriend for why she was there. She basically said he abused her. She couldn't really ask questions, and she was just going everything out of love. And before it was too late, they killed somebody, right? So, the jury kind of believed that, and they kind of gave her a really probably lenient sentence. And I believe she's, I'll look it up, but I think she has something under like 15 or 10 years. I think it's like 10 years, right? And again, it's, it's a damsel in distress theory, where a woman in most crimes, because a jury will more believe that they're not capable of planning and being so violent, they will be like, hey, yeah, you probably were manipulated by your boyfriend, even though your cell phone was the one being used multiple times to triangulate his location. You booked the Airbnb and you opened the back door that they could avoid the Ring cameras, and you were the front person to walk up to the club with the bouncer, and because you were unassuming. It sounds like you're in on it, but she gets to say, nah, I was getting my ass beat. I just love my boyfriend. And yeah. So that happened. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about, and we got to make sure we get through everything before, we get to, I know it's midnight on the East Coast. A little bit of the David saga. So we're now getting a complaint and also more info about what the coroner has reported in this medical examiner report, which is the autopsy.
Crazy.
They're saying that this girl Celeste, this 14-year-old, she was killed with a smooth but sharp blunt object. They can't really identify whether it's a knife, a machete, or something else. And it doesn't seem like it's a power tool. They kept saying it was a smooth thing, and it was
killed that girl killed the 14-year-old. What the fuck is wrong with this?
Puncture wounds they found. When they found her, she was missing an eye.
God bless that beautiful soul, bro. God bless that girl. Fuck that nigga. Fuck whoever did that. Fuck whoever did that bitch ass shit, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? Man, she was... Boy... Boy. I don't see that boy, look. Boy, what? Man, oh my God. I just almost said so much shit that would have got my shit cooked on this bitch. Man, hold on, man. Nigga said she was missing an eye when she was found.
She was mutilated, supposedly after death, and her fingers and some other body parts were purposely removed. And once you see how it's being...
Trying to stop them from identifying her. Oh my God. This nigga tried to go the full... He tried to go the full way and didn't even do it correctly. Oh my God. He did that to that little girl. The girl probably just turned 14, bro. Bro, like, what the fuck? Boy, when he get in there and they get his motherfucking paperwork, boy, if he guilty, he ain't gonna make it to do his goddamn sentence. He ain't gonna make it. He is not gonna fucking make it, bro. He is not, boy, it's just a countdown. Boy, he not gonna make it. They're gonna make it like a suicide. Unless he gets stabbed more times than Tori. Boy, what the fuck? Man, I gotta go do something right.
Spelled out. This guy doesn't even seem like someone who killed someone and was trying to get away with it. This guy just seems like a really sick fuck. All these details are coming out to make people kind of realize that maybe the death penalty is worth really looking into. You get someone who
yes, when somebody doing some bullshit like that to a fucking 14-year-old, she missing her eye. Talking about mutilated her body after she was dead, man. Burn his ass, fuck a friend, set his ass. See, I can't be saying the shit I want to.
Trying to mutilate, maim, and
I can't be saying the shit I be wanting to say, bro, because they always.
This guy's sick. This guy's incredibly sick. Music's being taken down from all streaming platforms.
Man, what the fuck do you say should get done to a nigga that do some shit like that to a 14-year-old? What the fuck, bro? Burn his ass, set him on fire, put him in a fire squad. Who that is? Illinois? Who? What the fuck? Wisconsin? What the fuck? What the fuck state is that, bro? Iowa? That just implemented what? The death penalty? What the fuck? Firing squad? It was something. Who the fuck told me that? Maybe they probably count like a bit, but boy, that's not a bad idea for some fuck niggas like this. What the fuck? What the fuck? I gotta go do something else. I gotta go. I'll be back, man. I gotta take a break.
That they do not want those songs out.
I got some shit to do anyway.
Platforms haven't spoken about what their demeanor is to it.
I got some shit to
but
do anyway.
the labels and record labels have all agreed that they are fine with not monetizing this music, even if in music that may no reference at all to him murdering Celeste. Okay, I think we kind of got a broad blueprint on what's going on for the night. Might have to get a little doggy soon. I don't know what they're barking at this time. Like, Jesus Christ. Maybe it's the moment. All right. So what are...
That's a fucked up nigga. That's some... Boy. Man, what? Bro, did that to a little 14, to a little baby, bro. Like, bro, what the fuck, nigga? I done lived 2 times. I done lived 14 twice, boy. You did what? And you why? What? It ain't even no reason, bro. It ain't even no fucking excuse, man, for a nigga to do some fuck shit like that to a little man. What? 14, and then she's death penalty is necessary. The death penalty is damn sure necessary, bro. That's some fucked up, yes. Like, why the fuck, like, who the fuck? He not gonna make it, and he shouldn't make it. Boy, look. God bless that beautiful soul, bro. Moment of silence for that little baby, man. That's fucked up. That nigga dead. That's fucked up. They saying allegedly he did it. Like, who else could it have been? They ain't even arrest him immediately. They let him keep on and do whatever he was doing because they wanted. I know what they were doing. That shit fucked up.
I'm gonna skip the situation where I only do interviews. Vlad and no one else. Busy. Schedules are aligning. Only do interviews with Vlad and no one else. People are free agents. They can do whatever they want.
But Vlad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bootsy is, I'm thinking at least, 4 or 5 times out of the year.
Hey, man,
maybe
I'll
like
be bad, dog.
3 times these days, sometimes 4 in our heyday. But
so I got distracted.
Bootsy made a video. He was on live. And he said, well, I'm not going to do any more Vlad interviews because I want to sign my interview. By the way, I still think classic chess play by Vlad, and it's sad that he had to lose to Bootsy because here's the thing. Bootsy was trying to use the fact that people love him against Vlad, and he said, oh, this guy won't give me $5,000. That sounds like Vlad the cheat until Vlad comes out and says, bro, I already paid you. Right? And once he said that, I only made $10,000, $25,000. Everyone should have given on every goal, and the whole story right there. He wrote another clip. Here's what really happened. So I had to come forward and tell the whole story because this $5,000 number was floating around out of context. So I basically had to explain in the last video that up until this point, the last couple of years, Bruce was getting paid $25,000 per interview. When he came to me, when I called him to talk about the next interview, he said he wants $40,000. And I'm like, there's no way I can do 14. That's another 15. And I said, there's no way I can do that. That's pocket watch. Sure, right? Like, you heard that. I know the number that's $6,000. And I'm going to be honest with you. Definitely more than 40,000, but well deserved. I know exactly how much money Vlad making. And Vlad is still eating from that. That money that Vlad made from the 6ix9ine clips is going to help pay his grandkids fucking college tuition, right? The lowest I'll take is 35. And I'm like, maybe I can do 30 if I got to run the numbers. I got home, ran the numbers, realized the profit margin for the last couple of years was only 10,000. I can't even give you 30 because it doesn't make any sense. The one thing I didn't mention last time also is that Bootsy was originally getting paid 20 for a while. I went up by 5 because I came up with an idea to do house tours. I'm just do an interview at your house. I'll fly out there. We'll do an interview for 20. then the house tour will be the other 5. So the interview gets demonetized, parts for whatever the house tour will make up for that money, it'll still be profitable overall. You're not leaving your house. 2 separate pieces of content. Everybody wins. You get us 5,000. I created a new piece of content. I'm giving him a deal because we would do 4 interviews a year, 25. I'm saving money, but I would charge him 35 for 1 interview.
Well, if I'm getting 25 cents from Black, and I'm on that motherfucker how many times a year? And now I...
Okay, so him and we've been having problems trying to get Boosie locked down to it. So this is where I think Black, and I want to make it very clear. Yo, to me, when I watch this thing, I realize Vlad is, and I should use this terminology because Vlad's not a but he had to crack the whip. He had to let it be known that you motherfuckers that are on this shit, sitting on, you don't even have a couch for this shit, that are sitting on my platform, bitch, I pay your bills. You don't pay mine. And before, I think a lot of people thought they were doing Vlad a favor. Yeah, I'm gonna do him a favor. And I think he's like, Vlad is a very shrewd operator. Vlad even started popping watching Boosie here, like, yo, that nigga Boosie ain't even making shit. Like, nigga, he's making this shit. Look at that. For 35, I watched what he was doing. Where am I saving money here? It looks like I'm actually just losing money because of the overhead and everything else like that. How am I saving money? And I was always open to do 4 interviews, but listen, you can even ask his assistant. I've been calling him, and we've been having problems trying to get Boosie locked down to a date. I finally had to call Boosie myself, and that's where the conversation actually happened. I've been trying to do more interviews with him, but unfortunately, he was hard to pin down. So this is what happened, and this is kind of where I still believe that Boosie started. Let me tell you, it's like Sean Cotton. No, it's like Sean Cotton and Charleston White. Except I don't think Charleston White had the name. He knows to be the most high-skilled person. But let me tell you this. There's something about these interviews, and I know it's gonna sound gay. It's true. Boosie kind of felt like Black TV. It sounds great. That's why he never did nothing. That's why he never started nothing for himself. And I think he probably started. It's like when you got that one friend and you think you're their only friend, and then you start seeing them hang with everybody else. He started lighting Vlad in his fucking house. You know what I mean? Now you go in the fridge. All of a sudden he looks up. Vlad got 6ix9ine's crib. 6ix9ine's mother is baking him all type of fucking enchiladas and chalupas. Yo, and I think Boosie was just like, yo, I'm sharing my guy. Oh, it's like not no gay shit, but like, yo, what's up? Yes, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? We ended up parting ways, at least for the time being. We'll see what the future holds. But the one thing that Boosie said, which was interesting, was that he said a couple things. He said, Vlad got picked. The one thing I've liked about Vlad's evolution, by the way, notice the watch. Notice the watch. Price my man outright. Price my man outright. Notice the watch. Vlad is not playing with niggas no more. Yo, what? Yo, Vlad? Yo, let me tell you this. Just notice the watch. Yo, you gotta notice everything about Vlad. Vlad came a long way from when, remember, like, Gunplay and somebody, that's a long time ago. Vlad went to Turkey, got the hair right. Vlad is in shape. Yo, I seen Vlad post a picture with him and Wack. Bro, Vlad look like he's in motherfucking shape compared to these niggas out here. Like, Vlad look like he's living the best life. He looks like money looks good on Vlad. Like, look. Anytime you see look, Vlad killing him now. Yo, my man Wack looked like he just walked off and he just came from the park. You know what I mean? Paru. Biggest, you feel me? This guy, yo, I'm telling you, Vlad ain't taking no more shit from niggas, man. I like it too, kind of. I don't need podcasts. Now, that's what I'm saying about letting somebody else. Right? I think back in the day, Vlad would have just, sometimes when you deal with somebody like that, let say that. Sean Cotton let Charleston White say that about his platform. You know how he felt it. Remember what's Charleston White said, man, I don't need no say cheese. And I can tell that hurt Sean Cotton's feelings for a little bit, but he took it. But that's what you have to do when you're in that media position, because, unless you're the star, you know what I mean? Build a platform, keep doing things, right? That will make you the bigger boss event. Vlad is past that. He's not taking no check, he's not letting no nigga get off on him. And to keep it real, you can see how he titled it. He said, Vlad is gonna boost it, so friends, it ain't about friends, it's about respect. So so Vlad is on some shit like, nigga, fuck that 25,000 nigga. You gonna respect me, nigga. When Vlad is on that, I can't wait for the booster policy. It's gonna be great. And also he said that whenever people talk about Vlad TV, they make a boost. Because Boosie was a big draw of Vlad TV. Number one, he's absolutely right. For a long time, when people talk about Vlad TV, they talk about Boosie because he was the biggest guest for a long time, and I truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate all the interviews that me and Boosie did together because they're monumental, timeless interviews. Boosie is great in front of the camera. He has a great personality, he's animated, he has really strong opinions. He's really a perfect guest for Vlad TV. But here's the flip side of that. Boosie's musical career peaked around 2014 or so. This is when Vlad started shitting on him. This is when Vlad got to bring a nigga down the side. Boosie, take notes, my brother. Don't try to point your anger at me. This is what happens when this is an HR review, nigga. This is your boss, interview boss, not musical boss. You show, but you only do interviews with him. This is an HR review. Look how he dressed you down right quick. Feel me? This is gonna say you washed up, gang. Boosie's musical career peaked around 2014 or so.
Yeah, it's been at least a decade.
He went to jail. He had all these big songs. He went to jail for 4 years. He came out, and the landscape had changed a little bit. And right around 2016, that's when me and him started doing interviews. And over those next 10 years, we got to know who Boosie was as a person, not just as a musical artist. And that made a big change, I feel, in how Boosie is perceived. Because if you look at Boosie in 2026, and you take away all the Vlad TV interviews, and all you have is his music, I don't think that Boosie would be where he is popularity-wise. Pop that shit, Vlad. He basically saying, yo, you helped make me, but trust and believe I helped make you. Pop that shit, Vlad.
The music is not driving that. Actually, I remember, I don't know if you had me.
Vlad TV to the Boosie?
Yeah.
But if you go to a Boosie concert, how many of those people in the audience have watched the TV? Probably almost none. I am positive that all the times that we've gone viral together, all the Boosie memes are Vlad TV interviews. You're not going to tell me that all that exposure and those millions of people watching didn't increase your bookings, didn't get you new fans. We both helped each other. We both helped each other. And when it comes down to it, he said something interesting. He said that, hey man, I'm just hustling, I'm trying to make extra money. And that's cool. But hustling and making extra money at the expense of your business partner who you've been watching for 20 years, it's not really hustling. You're just squeezing the other party out of their profit margin. And I was already saying in these interviews, he got 25, I got 10. I did all the work. I flew out. I hired the camera crew. I took all the risks. I know, listen, Boosie's my man, but if I told him, yo man, we forgot to record the audio, my cameraman fucked up, you know, and this whole interview lost, you do another one for me. I'm flat on his ass, man. Yo. Free. I already paid you. I don't know if he might be like, well, I'll give you a discount. But I don't think he would do a whole new interview for me for free. Because ultimately, that's on me. That's my risk. Right? The same way that you get a show and the promoter doesn't promote it and only half the audience shows up, Boosie's something to pay when he gets paid. There's an agreement. I understand that going into these situations, that I'm taking all the risks. I'm taking 100% of the risk. Boosie's something demonetized all the time. Full interviews have got demonetized. I take that risk. Boosie, you know this. I have never once came back to you and said, listen, I didn't make it as much as I thought in this interview. Can you kick me back something or give me a discount or whatever else? I've always taken that on the chin, myself, every single time. Because I understand business-wise, that's what we go in and do this together. So
I know you value.
I do some things, about times 100, right? About how I guess DJ Envy was saying, I don't think Boosie worth that much. He's like, Envy, you're wrong. With, you know, Big Boy. Go do a free interview with Charlamagne. Go do a free interview with Drink Champs. You see what I'm saying?
You know the difference is? They're calling him. You're calling him, but you're giving him opportunity.
And you man, I was cool with that. And look, people were basically hitting up Boosie. He responded to this. He said, you know, people are saying that he fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag. He's 45,000, you know, so forth. Boosie didn't fumble the bag. Boosie's fine. And Boosie's talking about how, yo, this weekend he's gonna make $100,000 show money and so forth. And he is. Like, I believe that. He gets booked all the time.
That has nothing to do with
right. But here's I think something that everyone should do. Right? Now, this is where I disagree. I think and Boosie knows this because we've had this type of conversation in private. She kept this little private. This is the type of shit that where Boosie is fumbling the bag at this point in his life. It's like he doesn't invest his money. See, Vlad is actually having a real combo, but what black people hear is you call it broke. Like, yeah, you know how you fumble the bag? That nigga ain't got shit. And we've had this conversation. I showed him.
It's not your fault. It's his stick that's causing the problem. Now, Dr. Squatch, natural ingredients, real scent, aluminum free. Dr. Squatch deodorant, not your stick.
Like a lot of my weekends is spent hanging out with my kids. A lot of my weekends. I don't think Vlad meant for it to come across like that, but hearing it, it sounds like you saying that nigga living check to check. That alone will have a nigga like a nigga get mad at you type shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, black people and black people finances, they get mad, bro. Just hanging out and just chilling. And I don't want to be flying all around because I've learned to invest my money and, you know, Vlad Stocks is going to be launching pretty soon where I'm going to break down how I got rich slow. I started with $100,000 in 2010 and it turned to 1.something million these days by slowly growing year after year. And if Boosie, I think if he had invested his money, look, Boosie has a high burden. He's got a house. I heard him recently on Twitter complaining about property taxes. He's got get there, Vlad, chill. See, that's your man. You can't. And chat, I'm telling you some real shit. I know people get upset with shit like that, and I guarantee, I'm telling you, Vlad probably not thinking like that, but I know. I even tell you, like, yo, nigga, Offset got mad at me because I posted the shit about him losing and gambling. Nigga, I've lost $1 million in a day, nigga, gambling. I could say it. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, obviously it wasn't about me. It was me highlighting his loss, and he felt that was the narrative that he was broke. And I was like, no, bro, it's not even about you losing money. I don't think Offset's broke at all. I'm like, bro, you have a habit that's keeping putting you in the casino that's putting you at risk. That's the thing. But he was just caring about the narrative. He was like, man, he cared about the number. That's why Wack came on here. Was like, they was talking about the 800,000. Like, he cared about the numbers so much because people were starting to say, nah, Offset, bro. He literally, this is a conversation with Offset. Offset was like, yo, Act, bro, man, like, you my man, like, bro, like, some of these niggas think I'm broke now. It's like, yo, I might have to go up like $5 million on the gram. And I'm like, don't do that. Like, no. But I get why he's saying it. Like, niggas do feel offended when you're kind of like putting it out there like they're broke. You know what I mean? And I try to like clear it up with the Offset. Like, he's not broke. You know what I mean? I just think he has a lack of self-awareness that keeps him in places that get fucked up. Not like that, but, you know, whatever. But he did care about the fact that my commentary about it or whatever I posted made him look like he was broke. Like, you know, he don't want to look broke. Like, nobody want to look broke. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that because I know, like, just me and Offset, like, Offset was mad at me about it. And, you know, I don't know. They're probably way cooler friends than me and Offset. But, yeah, I could imagine Boosie's like, what? Nigga, you over here telling niggas that I'm living weekend to weekend, just making money through the week, and that basically I'm fucked up. That's how niggas hear this. Facts. That's how niggas hear this.
A lot of kids that he loves. He's a great dad, so he's buying his kids cars and clothes. He's always a designer. He's got a lot of jewelry. He flies around everywhere, and he's constantly putting hundreds of thousands of dollars back into his home to create this incredible home for himself. But that's not really an investment, because that's just for himself. Boosie's never planning on selling this house. That's just for him, his family, and his legacy. So the fact that Boosie doesn't have millions and millions and millions of dollars that are making money for him,
I think he's talking facts, but Boosie's not gonna take it. Yo, you telling this nigga that you're basically shitting on him financially. Like, yo, I got millions, I'm good. You don't.
I think he's always chasing after the bag. He's always trying to make an extra couple thousand here, make an extra couple thousand there. And in the process, you end up straining relationships that are great relationships like what we have. Me, I don't care about that. My money, I have millions of dollars that are working for me every day. So I don't really care about that. I don't care about interviews. I don't care about an extra 5,000 or whatever else. But also, when people say that, well, you're not going to tell me what my value is, I'm not going to tell you what your value is in life. I'm not going to tell you what your value is.
But on your platform, you can.
On my platform, I can tell you that, because on my platform, there's a track record of what you bring financially, and I'm basing those numbers based on the value of Vlad TV. Now, your show money's something different. Your feature money's something different. I can't tell you about that. And I feel like people sometimes turn into like a racial thing. Like, oh, this white guy sounds black guy with his work and stuff like that. I'm not doing that.
Listen, any guy can tell any guy who's looking at the analytics what he brings to their table.
That's all it was.
I think the elephant in the room is 6'9".
I mean, I heard that Boosie's never told. I paid Boosie more money than anyone's ever paid him for interviews. Period. And it's not even close. It's probably 100 to 1 when you look at the next person's thing. And we've been rocking since 2006. Played a video of how young we were 22 years ago. Doing these interviews. Boosie's a baby. I'm like, I think in my early 30s. It's one of those things, man.
In chat, what I was saying about ego and shit like that, it's easier for somebody, like, for example, it's easier for somebody to diss me or this media personality, and you get over it and say, you know what, I'm gonna make money off the content anyway, let me go do it. If you call an artist irrelevant and you say like, oh, they're irrelevant, they're stuff, if they go back and do an interview with you, they look 3 million times crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, like, it makes it hard for Boosie to come back.
And at the end of the day, I respect Boosie. He's going to put out his own interview. You go to Patreon, which is interesting. So it's not publicly being released. So you're not going to be able to compare apples to apples.
Somebody got in his ear and said you could do your own shit.
And he should absolutely do his own shit. Him doing his own shit doesn't stop him from doing shit with other people. But he's going to release it through Patreon. And listen, I hope Boosie does well. At the end of the day, I have nothing bad to say about Boosie, period. But Patreon is a hard platform because you're requiring people to go from a totally different platform, which is Instagram and Twitter, which is where mostly his audience is, or even YouTube, or my audience.
By the way, yo, thank you, King Rod. He says, nah, Boosie got a box Vlad on his friendly page. Like rocking Apollo and rocking Vlad is wildin'. Buddy called him working weekend. That's how I heard it. And I know he doesn't mean it like that. Or he can't. Because, like, I think he's just trying to say that Boosie is still on the circuit hustling. But that doesn't mean that, you know, Boosie ain't up really. I hope that's what it is. Because I think Boosie's up really. But the way he said it kind of made it seem like Boosie's working paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean?
Then go to a totally different website, put in your credit card number, and start with this whole ecosystem. Let me tell you, Patreon gave me the worst possible offer I've ever had in my life. Did I ever tell you about this? No. Patreon said that, because I have a big membership on YouTube, right? So they approached me and they said, listen, we want, you have a big membership on YouTube, we want to do a deal with you. And we're going to guarantee you 2 years on Patreon, which you're making on YouTube. I said, okay, this sounds like an interesting conversation. This is a conversation that's, a 6-figure conversation. So, we're starting the conversation. I said, okay, before we go on.
Okay, so the point is, it's interesting to see how this Boosie thing actually, how this is going to play out. I think this new piece of content puts it into place where if Boosie has to come groveling back, or there's no prideful way for him to re-enter without us saying, did niggas tell you were wild? So there's no, this made it where Boosie can't save face. And a lot of times when you deal with people with ego, you want to allow for room of, hey, you know what? I finally got what he was saying. He finally got what I was saying. We got cool. He's back. With this shit, it made it seem like Boosie's working weekend to weekend, down bad, and Boosie's.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Okay, so let's get into this Foolio trial. And this is the case of, by the way, this was the opening statement. They caught one of these guys last week.
365 until I reach the Jacksonville area. So what are the facts of this case? The state outlined for 3 hours, and that is we agree that on June 23rd, 2024, Charles Jones, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7. 365.
I don't know what it looked like. He's writing a note, or you might forget that he needs to have some etiquette or courtroom etiquette. The reason why you're wearing a suit, the reason why you got your look together to be presentable and to look like someone that's not capable of doing the crime. Why, when opening statements, you now start to crack jokes at the same time you demeanor we're seeing with the girl. Here, she started laughing she's chuckling. I think these are bad body language by someone who's facing the rest of their life in prison. But I'm gonna be honest with you, these guys, they kind of come across to me as, it's all gonna come out in sentencing if they get found guilty. Like, no judge is gonna, it automatically carries life anyway, but no judge is gonna have any type of leniency on these guys. They're kind of like laughing and like mocking the process a little bit, or at least not understand the seriousness of the moment, right? You're facing life, opening statements. At least look concerned, look engaged. If you can't control your facial movements or your laughter, bro, just keep her head down. You know what I'm saying? right? Don't do it this way.
Was it fact shot? As a result of that homicide, 5 people been charged. Isaiah Chan, Sean Tuck, Half-Life, Rashad Murphy, Alicia Andrews, and Davion Burke.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7,
was a gang
365 until I reach the heaven.
They went through a number of individuals over the years, right back to 2018, and I'm not going to go through them. But I really like that Spaz, Debbie, Jay Jed, and Blue Holiday, and Philly, and Mr. Jones himself.
Give me 1 second. I'm grabbing.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread. Find the homicide, trying to school my partners home, baby.
Has nothing to do with Davion Burke. It has to do with the alleged gang war between some gangs.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread. Find the business, trying to school my partners home, baby.
Videos were being disrespectful with each other, and that's what caused a part of the war.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread. Find the business, trying to school my partners home, baby.
Mention, participant, name brought up, has nothing to do with Davion Burke.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread. Find the business, trying to school my partners home, baby.
Assigned to different particular gangs. I anticipate we're going to find out that none of them had heard of.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread. Find the business, trying to school my partners home,
the Jacksonville area up until the time of the death of Charles Jones. So
trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7.
This is the opening statement.
Until I reach the heaven.
What's actually relevant is some of the evidence that, bro, I'm gonna be honest, so apparently, okay, so apparently, the way how this trial is going to go, and this happens a lot when you have a conspiracy or murder case with multiple defendants, there'll be like a kind of a cohesive defense, which is, hey, I ain't do nothing, and I don't know about nobody else. However, I think there's so much evidence that's in this case. Most of these guys, their only way out is to basically say, I was there, but I didn't. Or to downplay what they did and kind of blame it on each other. So what we're seeing is that these guys are willing to turn on each other. Listen.
There's a situation that was followed. No one knew they were going to be this whole 2 states. We've seen a picture of Isaiah on the phone, not his phone. His girlfriend, Alicia Andrews' phone, talking to, they believe, Sean Gaffney.
24/7.
Look forward to taking the proof what was the content of that phone call. What was said definitely that phone call had anything to do with
this is the defense attorney.
They want you to assume it did. They want you to say it probably did. That's not beyond a reasonable doubt. I would also say that that's the only time
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission,
stacked up
24/7. 365 until I reach the heaven. Baby, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot of bread.
So this looks like it's a lawyer for Isaiah Chance, which is the lawyer for the So they're gonna go say, hey, if he's on the phone, he's not coordinating, he's not giving the trial notification, nothing like that. He's just talking. Like, you can't infer that he was doing all these things.
For a fact that after the shooter's car was already there, they were there first. We also know, as Harmon pointed out, the shooters were watching. The shooter's car was watching. Mr. Jones lead.
Okay, so this is why it's an interesting defense strategy. So this guy is clearly Isaiah Chance's lawyer. He's basically, part of his case to defend Isaiah Chance is to affirm the state's story that the shooters are the other guys. So he's kind of helping the state by basically working off their theory that the other three shot and killed Foolio.
The office naysayer loves voting for the majority. Steve reads the room and goes against it. On the basketball game tonight, on the award show next week, on the price of gold. If FanDuel predicts, Steve can take the side he's passionate about. It's his call. Download FanDuel Predicts.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding.
Which I'm pretty sure at some point they're gonna make they got to make a determination of how much of that could be done without Isaiah Chance taking a stand, right? Because you can't be, you're all co-defendants. You can't be testifying and kind of like pointing fingers at the other guys without the defendant taking a stand.
I'm on a mission. 24/7.
Mr. Harmon also showed that Isaiah was driving. Jesus. That's the only time he's seen driving just like that's the only time he's seen on the phone. Yeah, Mr. Harmon continued to say from his opening, here's Isaiah texting from her phone. Here's Isaiah texting from her phone. Here's Isaiah sending texts from her phone. There's no proof. I actually think proof that Isaiah ever used the phone more than once. We have it one time on camera, and you can prove the other time. Every time her phone is on output. That's something just like cannot prove, cannot assume. Just because that's something who's driving, Isaiah's the one driving.
Okay, so he's trying to say three things off rip that he's trying to help, the case that Isaiah Chance is innocent, right? He's saying, well, you can't prove who was talking to him. You can't prove that he was and you can't prove they gave nobody a drop. And these are three things that are his involvement that you guys are claiming. You can't prove either, right?
I submit you will not be able to trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. No evidence in that video of the crime scene. No evidence of who's driving the car. And being on social media in certain spaces, that requires a lot of speculation as to what exactly that meant before. And what Mr. Harmon referred to as an argument, I would take umbrage with that. The evidence and all the witnesses are laid only just where it's
trying to get 100 M's, nigga.
Alright, so that's Isaiah Chance's lawyer, okay? That was the lookout with the girlfriend. Now these are the three shooters coming up.
All these people involved in don't see any evidence of them having any connection to any of these routes. Or really, any of these people.
I could see where he's about to go. So the Davion Murphy and the other guy, the two Murphys. Or, I think it's the two Murphys. They're gonna say, hey, these are older guys. They don't have a Foolio. guy, the people he would be with are more likely Isaiah James, who is in the gang called ATK, and or affiliated with the gang ATK, and also Sean Gathright, who's the younger guy that was kind of around his age. Older guys got a problem. So they're basically just kind of like all pointing the finger at each other, right?
You won't see any connection between him and Charles Joe. For any reason you would want to
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens.
What I want you to do is when all these fire events, car shootings, likely precipitated the shooting itself. No, he was a kid.
Oh, never mind. This is Sean Gathright. This is the 18, 19.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7. 365.
This nigga was playing Call of Duty with Face Sensitive. If anyone should get the needle, I think it's him. I am very weary of these young motherfuckers who think they're above the law. Usually, I want the young ones to get a death penalty more than I want the older ones. Because when a kid is like 16, 17, 18, they run around like there's nothing to stop them. They're the most ruthless. They don't think about it. And also they think if they get caught, it's juvenile. Yeah, if anybody gets the needle, I want him.
Do a lot
trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission.
They knew
24/7.
Nigga said that's LaMelo Ball. Hey, yo.
I'm a hustler on a mission.
Every one of them. I'm gonna ask who my partners on that play. Every one of them. I have no idea who shot that play. So Tampa. These are
trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7. 365 until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission. Right for that spot, a brand new spot to visit. Trying to school my partners home, baby. Pay attention. Sticking to my business. On the road to the rich. Every single day. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7. 365 until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new spot to visit. Trying to school my partners home, baby. Pay attention. Sticking to my business.
Weekend
trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7. 365 until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new spot to visit. Trying to school my partners home, baby. Pay attention. Sticking to my business. On the road to the race. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission.
yes.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission. 24/7. 365 until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission.
Okay. That guy goes. Now these guys are clearly representing the two brothers, which the two brothers are the older guys, but they're the guys.
Trying to get 100 M's, nigga. I ain't kidding.
Rashad.
I'm on a mission. About 24/7. 365 until I reach the heavens.
And where entourage is trying to travel from one place to another did in fact occur. That is not a point of dispute. What occurred? The question, as you listen and as you
trying to
see
get
the
100
evidence
M's, nigga. I ain't kidding.
days,
I'm on a mission.
weeks, we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
365
Lead you
until I
to
reach the
other
heavens.
things.
I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new spot to
someone guilty of any crime based on circumstantial evidence, you must find.
This nigga got the face. Yo, this nigga got that look on his face like, just give me life. Yo, just give me life, man. He's going through the face.
That the indirect evidence is proof of one or facts, which you must find another fact. Don't be led.
When this nigga falls asleep with the first day in his own trial, you know this nigga, he already got his bunk reserved in prison, nigga.
To support the necessary elements that are required by the law to sustain the state's burden of proof without carefully connecting the dots.
So this attorney keeps saying this is circumstantial evidence. Okay, technically I guess it's circumstantial evidence, but the nigga's caught on 4K video on a Tesla side cam running with a gun, and I guess like yes, some type of facial covering, but I guess the circumstantial evidence is we see you there doing the shooting, and if we track your whereabouts and we also track your fucking cell phone, we know it's you, even if you got a shiesty on, dummy. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I know there's circumstantial evidence, but it's like this nigga's on camera.
When I feel like I'm catching a cold.
Which
I feel like it helps me get over it faster.
A period at the end of the sentence.
I think it's something to do with the citric acid and the amount, you know what I'm saying?
Consider along the
something to do with
way
the citric acid.
the state's use of evidence and statements that say to you they did this or they did that during the balance of the trial over these next 2 weeks. Remember again that every defendant, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, they're all charged with the most serious crimes that we have. And as you listen to the evidence,
anyways, welcome back to the lit house.
remember are not crimes.
All right, then this is last.
Welcome back to the lit
so
house.
they kind of, you can see they don't really have a cohesive defense strategy. It's hard to do that. Obviously, Isaiah Chance, he's caught on camera walking without a shiesty. He's caught with another defendant who already went through trial, which is his girlfriend. He can't say he was not there. By the way, cell phones place all these guys there. Only one guy didn't use a cell phone or didn't use he didn't bring his cell phone with him, but then he used someone else's cell phone the entire time. Most of these guys are caught on camera at some point.
Where were we?
And if their thing is, oh, I was never there, that's pretty cooked. So now it's like you're there, but why are you there? So with this guy, LaMelo Ball over here, he's saying who is in the gang called A.
In that video at the crime scene.
Here we go. So apparently,
opening statement on behalf of your client.
Days before.
So apparently, the way how this trial is going to go, and this happens a lot when you have a conspiracy or a murder case with multiple defendants, there'll be like a kind of a cohesive defense theory, which is, hey, I ain't do nothing, and I don't know about nobody else doing nothing. However, I think there's so much evidence that's in this case. Most of these guys, their only way out is to basically say, I was there, but I didn't do shit, or to downplay what they did and kind of blame it mostly on other people. So what we're seeing is that these guys are willing to turn on each other. Listen to this.
It wasn't a situation where they followed someone to where they thought they were going to be. No one knew they were going to be at this Home 2 Suites. We've seen a picture of Isaiah on the phone, not his phone, on Alicia Andrews' phone, talking to who they believe Sean Gathright. Look for the state to be able to prove what is the contents of that phone call. I submit they will not be able to prove what was said in that phone call, and definitely not be able to prove that phone call had anything to do with the
murder. This is a defense attorney.
They want you to assume it did. They want you to say it probably did. But that's not beyond a reasonable doubt. I would also submit that's the only time that he's seen with Alicia's phone. And that will be stacked on the inference that he had knowledge.
Okay.
Doing something, stacked on the inference that he had knowledge. And you can't stack inferences. You also were shown.
So this looks like it's a lawyer for Isaiah Chance, which is the boyfriend of Alicia Andrews. So they're going to go say, hey, if he was on the phone and he's not coordinating, he's not giving the location or nothing like that. He's just talking. Like, you can't infer that he was doing all these things.
That Isaiah didn't get to the crime scene, allegedly, until we know for a fact after the shooter's car was already there. They were there first and he was there. We also know, Mr. Harmon pointed out, the shooter's car was watching Mr. Jones leave Truth 18.
Okay, so this is why it's an interesting like defense strategy. So this guy is clearly Isaiah Chan's lawyers. He's basically, part of his case to defend Isaiah Chan's is to affirm the state's story that the shooters are the other guys. So he's kind of helping the state by basically working off their theory that the other three shot and killed Foolio. He's just saying, yeah, he's like, to help prove that Isaiah is innocent, right? I'm just going to show that basically he had nothing to do with what they did. But remember, by utilizing the state's theory, you actually make it, remember, they're all co-defendants. They didn't get separate trials. They tried to, they didn't get it. It makes it that, oh, okay, so you are kind of defending this guy by claiming the other guy's guilty, which I'm pretty sure at some point they're going to make, they got to make a determination of how much of that could be done without Isaiah Chance taking a stand, right? Because you can't be, you know, you're all co-defendants. You can't be testifying and kind of like pointing fingers at the other guys without the defendant taking a stand.
So they knew when he left. Mr. Harmon also showed that Isaiah was driving at Teasers. That's the only time he's seen driving that silver Cruise.
Yeah, good old
Just like that's the only
Teasers.
time he's seen on the phone, on Alicia's phone. Yet Mr. Harmon continued to say through his opening, here's Isaiah texting from her phone. Here's Isaiah.
Good old
Here's Isaiah
Teasers.
sending this from the phone.
Man, them boys killed that boy 5 minutes down the street from the hood, man. 5 minutes from the hood, man.
No proof of that. I asked you to look for proof that Isaiah ever used her phone more than once. We have the one time on camera. They need to prove the other times. You cannot just assume every time her phone is used, Isaiah's the one using it. Without proof. I submit there will be enough. Just like you cannot prove, you cannot assume, just because that silver Cruise is driving, that Isaiah is the one driving it.
Okay, so he's trying to say three things off rip that he's trying to help, you know, the case that Isaiah Chance is innocent, right? He's saying, well, you can't prove who he was talking on the phone. You can't prove that he was driving, and you can't prove that he gave nobody the drop. And these are three things that are his involvement that you guys are claiming. You can't prove either of them, right?
I submit you will not be able to, there will be no evidence showing that he's driving it at Truth 18, and no evidence that in that video at the crime scene, you'll have no evidence of who's driving the car. And you contend. And they will lean on social media. You saw the spaces. That requires a lot of speculation as to what exactly that meant weeks before in what Mr. Harmon referred to as an argument. I would take umbrage with that. The evidence and heard all the witnesses. I believe the only just verdict will be not guilty. Thank you.
All right, so that's Isaiah Chance's lawyer, okay? That was a lookout with the girlfriend. Now, these are the three shooters' lawyers coming up.
All these people who are allegedly involved, who have motives to want to kill each other, he hasn't.
Superior is worth playing for.
You don't see any evidence of him having any connection to any of these rap videos, or really any of these people that you heard about this morning, right?
So I could see where he's about to go with this. So the Davion Murphy and the other guy, the two Murphys, or I think it's the two Murphys, they're going to say, hey, these are older guys. They don't have a beef with Julio Foolio. Julio Foolio is a relatively young guy. The people he were beefing with are more likely Isaiah Chance, who is in the gang called ATK, and or affiliated with the gang ATK, and also Sean Gathright, who was a younger guy that was kind of around his age. Not us, not the older guys. The older guys got a problem with him. So they're basically just kind of like all pointing the finger at each other, right?
You won't see any connection between him and Charles Jones, or any reason he would want Mr. Jones to be harmed. You heard a long backstory this morning about these reasons why people wanted Charles Jones killed. But what I want you to remember is when the vast majority, if not all of those things took place, all these prior events, these prior shootings that allegedly precipitated the shooting of Charles Jones, he was a kid.
Oh, never mind. This is Sean Gathright. This is the 18 or 19-year-old. This is the youngest one.
I don't mean Mr. Gathright was 17. I mean, he was a child when most of that stuff took place. Where does he
I think he was playing Call of Duty with Phase Sensor.
fit into this motive to want to kill Charles Jones?
If anyone should get a needle, I think it's him. I am very weary of these young motherfuckers who think they're above the law. Usually, I want the young ones to get a death penalty more than I want the old ones to get the death penalty. Because when a kid is like 16, 17, 18, they run around like nothing could stop them. They're the most ruthless because they don't think about life. And also, they think if they get caught some juvenile shit. Yeah, if anybody gets a needle, I want him to get it.
I expect you will hear from detectives from Jacksonville who knew a lot of these people, had been researching a lot of these people involved, and they were on their radar because they knew there was violence taking place between these different
Nigga said that's LaMelo Ball. Hey, y'all.
groups, these gangs in Jacksonville. And I expect every one of them that you may hear from this week, I'm going to ask them, have you ever heard of Sean Gathright? And every one of them is going to say no. I had no idea who Sean Gathright was until Tampa police contacted us. These are people who are investigating all of the players allegedly involved. They have no idea who Sean Gathright is. People who were with Charles Jones the night of the shooting, you heard about several of them. Several people who unfortunately were shot themselves and survived. None of them know who Sean Gathright is. I expect that's what you're going to hear this week. Other people who were in Charles Jones' entourage that you may hear from, I expect none of them are going to know who Sean Gathright is. It's a piece that simply doesn't fit into the puzzle. Some things you will hear, I expect over the course of these next couple weeks. The weekend that Charles Jones was having the show here in Tampa, Mr. Gathwright's sister was having a birthday party in Orlando. And you'll hear that he was friends with Isaiah Chance. He had met Chance, I believe, through his older sister. They weren't particularly close, but they had developed a friendship for a short time prior to this happening. But he has really no connection between either of the other two defendants in the case, or I think you'll see really anyone else that you're going to hear about. But in any event, yes, he does. He travels down here with plans to go later to his sister's party in Orlando and to see his grandmother along the way. And you're going to hear.
Okay. Boring. Let's get to another one of them. That guy goes
to you with this presentation.
Now these guys are clearly representing the two brothers, which the two brothers are the older guys, but they're the guys. Their last name is Rashad.
About what occurred at the hotel and where the entourage with Mr. Jones traveled from one place to another did in fact occur. That is not a point in dispute. What occurred? The question, as you listen and as you receive the evidence over the upcoming days into weeks, we'll see how that goes.
Okay, I'm trying to skip a bit.
Leads you to believe other things are dangerous. In order to find someone guilty of any crime based on circumstantial evidence, you must find.
This nigga got the face. Yo, this nigga got that look on his face like, just give me life. Just give me life, man. He going through the phases, man.
That the indirect evidence is proof.
You already know it's over.
Or facts, which you can
tell he doesn't want to go to sleep, bro.
Find another fact.
He probably on that tunchi. He in that tuned
This
out.
nigga fall asleep the first day in his own trial. You know this nigga. He already got his bunk reserved in prison, nigga.
He tuned out, man.
Solely
He on that motherfucking tunchi. You could tell he tuned out. He on that tunchi now, man.
To sustain the state's burden of proof
That nigga high as a
without
bitch.
carefully connecting the dots.
So this attorney keeps saying this is circumstantial evidence. Okay, technically I guess it's circumstantial evidence, but the nigga's caught on 4K video on a Tesla side cam running with a gun. And I guess, like, yes, he has some type of facial covering, but I guess the circumstantial evidence is we see you there doing the shooting. And if we track your whereabouts and we also track your fucking cell phone, we know it's you, even if you got a shiesty on, dummy. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I know they're saying circumstantial evidence, but it's like, this nigga's on camera.
Which unequivocally will become a period at the end of the sentence. Consider along the way the state's use of evidence and statements that say to you they did this or they did that during the balance of the trial over these next 2 weeks. Remember again that every defendant, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, they're all charged with the most serious crimes that we have. And as you listen to the evidence, keep it.
Okay.
You should remember are not crimes.
All right. Then this is the last one. Okay, cool. So they kind of, you could see they don't really have a cohesive defense strategy. It's hard to do that. Obviously, Isaiah Chance, he's caught on camera walking without a shiesty. He's caught with another defendant who already went through trial, which is his girlfriend. He can't say he was not there. By the way, cell phones place all these guys there. Only one guy didn't use a cell phone or didn't use he didn't bring his cell phone with him, but then he used someone else's cell phone the entire time. Most of these guys are caught on camera at some point. And if their thing is, oh, I was never there, that's pretty cooked. So now it's like, you're there, but why are you there? So with this guy, LaMelo Ball over here, he's saying, I never had no beef with Foolio. And these other two right here, they're going to try to use the same strategy. Oh, we never had no beef with him like that, even though there is some ties there with beef. But this guy was so young, like he's 19. So like a couple years ago, when in the midst of like all this ATK, KTA beef or whatever, essentially, he was too young. He really wasn't involved. So they're saying he has no motive. These other guys, they're saying that, hey, there's no full proof, but they're kind of cooked. And Isaiah Chance, they're saying, hey, listen, there's no proof that he actually was complicit in this murder at all. Okay, that's what they want to say about him. So if I had to rank who has the best chance of, getting a good judgment here, it would be Isaiah Chance, right? Then it would be Nah, I think these three are cooked. Like, they're the gunmen. They're caught on camera. Like, you know what I mean? I think Isaiah Chance finessed these fucking fools. They're like, nah, I'm gonna just go with my girl and be the lookout. Right? At least you could be like, you could try to lie and be like, nah, I ain't know what was going on. Yo, they just told me to tell them where the next spot was. I never knew they were gonna kill somebody. He's gonna play dumb, right? Like his lawyer said, oh, how could he be the lookout person? He got to the spot after the killers got there in the car. That's not a lookout. Yeah, he gets to play dumb just like his girlfriend played dumb. The shooters, it's either you did or you didn't, brother. Okay. Now, as we kind of go down this, I have to show you the so there's a few things. They did bring up the detective, the guy who was present at the crime scene. But I want to show you during the opening statements, them showing, this is like the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see, chat. This is them showing, I should know it was today. It was hold on.
This morning?
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Was it this morning, guys?
State ready.
So.
Proceed.
Okay, yeah.
And,
so this is how it starts.
Defense ready to proceed.
Everybody's ready to go. So now they're going to show this. That's the prosecutors. And the prosecutors is going down this beef, this long history beef of these two rival gangs, and they're kind of showing how this plays apart. So they're laying motive out.
August of 23.
Okay. They do play music videos in this.
In addition to the drill rap, they would post photos on social media making fun of the opposing gangs' casualties. I'm going to walk you through a couple of videos that you will see in the state's evidence. This video is a combination 1200 ATK video. The major performer is an individual named Kenyatta Bullard, also known as Youngin Ace or Ace. Spinabins is one of the performers who is a well-known drill rap.
They brought him up immediately. You see how fast they brought up Youngin Ace?
You can see in this photograph in the background, Youngin Ace in the yellow.
You see how fast they bringing up Youngin Ace in this goddamn trial? Opening stat, right after opening statement. That's the first thing they're the first nigga. You know that, boy. You know they on his ass.
You can see his ATK chain around his neck. In this video, you will see these performers at times during the video pointing up in the air, and you will see the names of people appearing on the screen. Those are casualties from 6 Block. Those are people who were murdered on the opposite side. And you will hear them talking about them in this drill rap. So we see here the title to the drill.
They start playing it. I think they muted because they don't want to get copywritten. With Long Crimes does. They played in court.
So you heard the name Bibby, Adrian Gaynor, one of the people that we discussed earlier in the gang war. That was just one of several that they were pointing out. Who I smoke, meaning who is killed or shot. So we saw Spinabins and Wappa with the Choppa. Spinabins, Noah Williams came out with this song concerning this murder, this song being released within a couple of days of the murder of Charles Jones. It's called Foolio Dead. Now, that last video, the Who I Smoke video by Youngin Ace, these videos are not just put onto YouTube. Youngin Ace is a celebrity. He has tens of millions of followers on Spotify and YouTube. These songs attract a lot of attention. This song, as I said, was put out within a day or two of the death of Charles Jones here in Tampa. You're going to see references, hear references in this to not only Charles Jones' name, but to the name Six, Mr. Six, or Six, meaning 6 Block.
Okay. They blurred this out again. This is about another song. This is kind of like breaking down all the
people that are opposing gang casualties. You will see a poster that he is holding and walking around that has 3 photographs on it. 3 young men that were all murdered in a shooting that involved Kenyatta Bullard, Youngin Ace, who was the only survivor of that shooting.
Okay, so they're playing When I See You
several times, and it was affiliated to the wrong group.
So they're basically like breaking down all this type of stuff. They're breaking down the stalking. This is all the stalking here. This is the video from when they actually see the guys.
Mr. Jones, Dodge Charger pulling into the Puerto Rico.
And you're gonna see the guys run from here. They start shooting.
And you can see up here that's a few minutes off. It's actually around 4:34, 4:35 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So if you're looking, so what happens is while they were out that night, he had made a reservation, but because they arrived so late, it was given away.
Yeah, so the reservation, they didn't check in, and now
once they exit and they go into the hotel to use the restroom.
Wait, who's that?
Miss Albritton, who was dressed.
Let's go back.
You're going to see an individual named Taifa McCrae and Miss Albritton, who was dressed in a all-pink suit, who are friends of Mr. Jones. They exit and they go into the hotel to use the restroom, and they're actually inside the lobby when the shooting occurs. When Taifa got out of the front seat of the Altima, another young lady, Camille Bentley, slid in behind him in the front seat. Now you're going to see another car come by. This is a small silver Chevy Cruze. This you will find in the evidence is the surveillance tracker vehicle that was utilized by these conspirators, by these defendants, to follow, to track, and stalk Mr. Jones and his friends, giving real-time, by communications, by phone, real-time location data and information about where he would be. This car passes by, being driven by defendant Isaiah Chance, his girlfriend. You saw her earlier. Miss Andrews is in the front passenger seat.
Oh, so they drive right out?
The assault team is already present on the west side of the hotel. That was the car that had pulled in earlier and went northbound and did not pass the portico.
We have climbing gyms all over the country.
See, you
so
know,
we use
everybody
Google Meet
just saw
to
the
connect
action
with our staff.
when everybody saw the clip and shit. When they released the video and shit, everybody just saw the shooting happen.
It's the lookout car.
But everybody ain't see the beginning part. This part right here.
He goes down, he does a U-turn and comes back north on McKinley and passes the hotel just before the shooting begins.
This the video
They go
in
down and then they
totality.
drive back, passing the area. This is Isaiah Chance.
They showing how he was stalked.
Damn.
Boom, boom.
Holy shit.
This is the hotel just before the shooting begins.
And then he pull up right there.
There's the shooter.
Academic camera blocking
They shot
it.
into this car too immediately. I remember we looked at this.
Xavier Edwards.
Oh, this nigga hit the reverse quick. They crashed.
Tries to escape from the shooting. You can see the other two cars, one being driven by Camille Bentley, who's going forward, the other one being driven by Romani Turner, who's going backwards. In their haste to flee from the shooting, they actually collide with each other, and they both end up going southbound on McKinley, and they go different directions. Now, this is what I was talking about, where by the palm trees, you will see a head pop out right before the full appearance of the shooters. That is Rashad Murphy. You will see another shooter run over to that tree just to the center of the video screen, just to the right of that Lexus SUV. The evidence will show in this case that that is defendant Gathright. On the top of the screen, you see a Mercedes SUV and a yellow car, and you see an individual moving around. The evidence will show that is the defendant, Davion Murphy, who is firing. And you can see in this evidence that Mr. Edwards attempts desperately to flee from these shooters, but what he actually does is he drives directly into a crossfire, a vortex, if you will.
Yeah, this guy almost shoots this guy, I think.
Of high-powered rifle fire. The car flees down the west side of the hotel, heading north. Now, just around the corner, wrapping around to the west side of the hotel, the attack team parks the car. They get out and move into position coming around to that corner. As they move through there, they pass a Tesla. This is a video from a Tesla. There are multiple screens and videos you will see from this Tesla, which was in Sentry mode, activated and recorded. Officers met with the owner the next morning, who showed them this video on the screen inside of the Tesla, and they were able to collect this video. In this instance, you can see to the far right, you can see a charging station with cables hanging off of it. You will see in the grass area by the charging station, you will see Davion Murphy running by, holding a rifle, wearing all black with an orange ski mask. And he's heading up to that area by that yellow Bronco and the Mercedes SUV, where he later pops out. Now, in a minute, you're going to see Xavier Edwards accelerating that Dodge Charger around the corner. You'll see its headlights.
Orange ski mask.
Those, I believe, probably cypress trees right there. There comes the headlights. He is now fleeing up the northwest.
Okay, you guys have seen this before. I don't want to keep, okay, now they basically showcase the victims. These are the people who were, they were shot at, but they were not injured. God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Load clock, dog.
Mr. Jones charged west side of that hotel. Murphy unload with that rifle down.
This nigga was moving like he was in a fucking movie, huh?
The west side of that hotel. Mr. Jones' Charger.
Nigga, this is a Charger? Oh, shit.
After being impounded and transported to the Tampa Police Department. Impound lot, all of those yellow marks, other than the ones on the hinges, are going to be impacts. So you see Ms. Turner, Mr. Jones' girlfriend in the upper left. She was in the Hyundai. Ms. Randolph, her friend, was in the Hyundai. And Robert Howard, who is a friend of Charles Jones, was in the Hyundai with those women, sitting directly behind the Dodge Charger. You see Tafa McCrae and Aaliyah Albritton, the woman who was in the pink outfit, who were in the Nissan Altima. Xavier Edwards was wounded. He was shot in his right arm. He had a grazing wound to his head, shot in the shoulder. This is him at the hospital being treated. Sustained multiple gunshot wounds. And you can see lacerations from glass or projectiles to his left hand. He is one of the victims of one of the attempted murder counts charged against Davion and Rashad Murphy and against...
oh, yeah, the last name is Murphy, not Rashad. Yeah, Murphy. So Davion and Rashad Murphy, sorry.
John Gaffley is a longtime friend of Charles Jones, going back several years into their youth. He was in the back seat of the Charger. He had come with Mr. Edwards, and Mr. Jones had traveled here from Jacksonville to celebrate the birthday. When they arrived here, it was on Friday night, and they stayed at an Airbnb in Pinellas County. The next day, they stayed at an Airbnb in Pasco County in Holiday. And I'm going to show you here shortly where Mr. Jones was posting on his Instagram account that he would be here in Tampa. He actually appeared at a couple of clubs and put up advertisements for those appearances. But he is going to be appearing at Teasers. You see that in the middle of the ad.
Okay, you guys know all this. This is them showing up.
Friends. That is the Impala, the black car.
This looks like a gun. Who is this though?
We're talking about how they're going to load the heaviest bags into the trunk first. The BMW on the top part of the screen belongs to Mr. Chance. He would later go and retrieve his girlfriend, Miss Andrews, and bring her back to this residence. And that's in Jacksonville. Now, at some point that afternoon before they leave, Mr. Chance brings his contribution.
God, they videos? God damn.
This is going to be in slow-mo. You're going to see a Glock handgun with an extended magazine. You see his finger resting down the side of the slide. He tucks the gun into his waistband as he walks back into Mr. Gathwright's residence.
The youngest nigga was the richest nigga. Got 1 million cameras at the crib.
And they using all of them bitches. That's crazy. And they using all that shit against him.
Notably, he knows a combination of Mr. Gathwright's residence. And you can see the extended magazine, 1.38 miles from the home to suite, just on the north side of the USF campus, University of South Florida. Now,
okay.
The
that's license plate stuff. McDonald's
Andrew's
stuff.
phone. So her phone becomes.
That's the parking lot. They're getting the drop.
Mr. Jones and his friends leaving. You see the 3 cars with the taillights.
This when they're leaving one of the clubs.
Lighting up the one on the left. So you can see.
They're showing how they got around. They went to the second club.
Now you're going to see them going up the stairs.
This is the video Julio posted.
Down the park or down the sidewalk. They come back.
Yeah, they're showing everybody leaving. Showing the cars.
They'll head initially eastbound and then do a U-turn and go back westbound. Turn. And then the
Truth used to be swinging.
After shooting.
I don't know why they closed that bit down.
Videos from that ring video at and Miss Andrews and Rashad Murphy back to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They travel back in an Uber to get back in. Or he is going down. This has been accelerated. He's wiping the car down.
Oh, this is a Chance. His hair was different. Yeah.
Or he drives the 4Runner to Orlando and then back to
No,
Jacksonville.
this is not Chance. This is a Gathwright, I think.
And he takes this picture of Don Julio and posts it. You'll also see some other images from that evening. He is there with other people and appears to be celebrating. This would be the night of the actual murder going, and then it goes into the early morning hours of the 24th. You can see in that photograph Again, just going back to show Mr. Chance and his girlfriend going out with their bags to the Infinity, which is an Uber driver. This is the Uber. There's the receipt from Uber in the middle. It's $187, a 208-mile ride from Gazebo Pond back to Chipperfield Lane in Jacksonville to Mr. Gathrights' address. Gives the route. Uber driver will tell you he picked up 3 people and dropped them off at the address, which is Mr. Gathrights' house. This is them arriving, again, back at the place that it all started at Mr. Gathrights' house. Now, that's Miss Andrews by Mr. Chance's BMW. And you see Rashad Murphy in the light-colored jeans holding the bag in his left hand with a beret or some kind of a cap on, opening the back door, putting a bag in it. You can see the Uber.
Okay, they're working on it. Now they're talking about what they found on searches.
What? Go back.
Now we're going to get to the interrogation. That's what they found. So when they went to one of these guys' houses, they found shell catchers. I think this is showing Gathright, which, by the way, his mom had to know he did the crime because most of the shit, they use most of the guns from his house.
To back over his face, maybe a gaiter or some kind of a bandana. He's carrying a rifle, but you can still see a sliver of the top of his face that it's light skinned, and you can see his hands are light skinned, and that he has a very thin build. So we start here with Mr. Gathright. This is when he is at his house. Remember?
Yeah, he had longer hair. Yes, so there's kind of matching everything up. And okay, they got all he starts sharing location. Nigga pick up the fucking phone. Nigga pick up. Okay, they pretty much got everything.
And that is has a pink case. He's walking around. You can see the clothing he's wearing, the positioning of.
Okay, so he goes around trying to figure out, like, buy clothing or buy something that he was going to use in the murder.
Belt and the pipe picked up on it.
And he had a Glock switch that he used in the murder.
Murphy's head.
They booked the Airbnb. Yeah, they got everything here, man.
Whatever the moment, make it a cocktail on the rocks.
Just kind of celebrating.
He admits that Mr. Chance, along with his girlfriend,
he had a COVID mask on.
When the cruise was right there by Home to Suites, right before the murder.
Chance's cell phone was being seen. Actually, was this his cell phone? Okay, they're doing a whole bunch of nonsense. He argues with Oh, he argues on. Oh, this is Spaces. Perfect. Yeah, these guys are good. Yo, the cops even got them arguing on Spaces, bro.
That's crazy. The upper right of those icons. And just so y'all understand what you're going to hear is that all of these people in this chat room can talk at the same time. You're going to hear a lot of overlapping. You're going to hear a lot of young ladies talking, but you will clearly hear Charles Jones talking, and you will clearly hear Gutta Man. You can see his name on there, Mr. Chance, talking. They are arguing, and you will clearly hear Mr. Chance say, "Hey, Foolio, your foot okay, cuz? Your foot okay?"
Oh, this was back in 2024 then.
Arguing with Mr. Jones on that X Spaces app. Gathright receives communication from Rashad Murphy. On the left.
Make sure, bro, in a good headspace before he go with his move. We got bigger shit to tend to. They ain't worth a nigga energy right now. Make sure, bro. Okay, he like that. And he says, I ain't heard from bro today, but I'm going to check with him. So he probably not going to pick up. You on IG letting these niggas get him out of character. He turned up on that motherfucker right now.
Left. Make sure that's going to be Rashad Murphy. Make sure, bro, in a good headspace before he go with his move. We got bigger shit to tend to. They ain't worth inward energy. Below that, you see the response from Mr. Gathright. He likes it first, and then he says, I ain't heard from bro, talking about Mr. Chance today, but I'm going to check in with him. On the right-hand side, Mr. Rashad Murphy then sends this message. This is going around a little after 3 a.m. All
right, this wasn't the only part. I'm trying to show you the So so that happens, and I gotta show you when they interview. So they finally showed the interview portion where this nigga was in the interrogation room making all type of signs and symbols.
Actually happens throughout the hall. The blood that we see EMS utilizing.
Those are used. I wouldn't be able to find.
And or crying, having these.
Okay. I'm trying to find it for y'all. Give me 1 second. Might just have to look at the actual live. That's probably what I got to do. It was day 2 tomorrow, but day 1 was today, and it's 8 hours. Okay, man. I'll find it. I'll find it. Okay. So what I'm trying to show you is just like this is how cooked these guys are. So they go through everything. This was a really lengthy opening statement. He took like half the time. They took a break. Right.
It took
this
a
is
break.
4 hours in. They come back.
Not aware of the specific plan will be.
They're breaking down all that shit.
That's fair, yes.
And you also, at that time or during that.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, Chad.
There was set up. Which is a speaking for me and rifles. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Okay, I might be off on this. Anyway, it's posted to my Instagram. Maybe I can see who was on the stand.
That dog shit was open as shit.
On his neck and chest. He has a 1200 tattoo on the back of his neck. He has the name of people from 1200 who have been murdered tattooed on his body. And in this video, you will clearly see the evidence.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's early.
So is that any and all?
Okay, so they
Get the volume down.
so it started out with a hour of instructions. I'm trying to find it. Sorry, I'm trying to find it in this.
To Rashad murder damage. Okay, and the ultimate crash shot is full utilized.
We are going to take a little bit of a later line shot.
Come on.
A list of phone numbers.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Gathright had got rid of his phone and was obtaining a new phone, had made a handwritten list.
Okay, so they found that. Jesus Christ.
It is picked up on an LPR flock system that Gwinnett County contracted the Airbnb at Lagoon.
Okay.
But he didn't know that it was being booked from a completely off air. Right. So
give me a second.
Of June 23rd, 2024, and we are going to drag that conspiracy out of that darkness and into the bright lights of this courtroom for you, all of you, and everyone to see its wicked and vile nature, to see the malice, and to see the premeditation.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the actual part.
Charles Jones, there were no more birthdays. All that was left was a funeral.
Does anyone know the timestamp?
State's evidence will prove to each and every one of you, beyond any doubt, we had a lot of discussions about proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
All right, fuck it. I'll just use this. Anyway, this was the footage I was dying to see. I was like, this got to be lies. This got to be cap. So at one point during this whole fiasco, they're saying they finally locked this guy up. I think he was on the run for a little bit after they announced who the suspects were. They locked the guy up and they bring him to the interrogation room. And when they bring him to the interrogation room, you know, they take the cuffs off or whatever. They say, yo, we'll be back. And they're probably watching him on the video just to see how he is. This dude gets up and it's like he's practiced. He's still on killer mode. He's like, pop, 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 pop. Like he's actually making gun sounds. Listen.
Murphy, when he was arrested, you will see tattoos. You see many on his neck and chest. He has a 1200 tattoo on the back of his neck. He has the name of people from 1200 who have been murdered tattooed on his body. And in this video, you will clearly see the evidence. Mr. Davion Murphy taking full credit for his role in the shooting.
Yo, this thing is reenacted it.
That is just after his arrest when he is left alone in an interview room. Mr. Murphy, when he was arrested, you will see tattoos.
That shit definitely don't look good, my boy. That shit definitely don't look good.
Now, obviously, you know, again, you could be like, oh, no, I was listening to one of my favorite songs. All good. But here's the reality. It's like, bro, y'all got one thing laughing in court. This nigga gets locked up. He's making gun sounds in the thing. Bruh, tell us y'all not guilty while telling us y'all guilty. Like, come on, bro.
A 1200 tattoo on the back of his neck. He has the name of people from 1200 who have
this is what I call crash dummies.
Been murdered tattooed on his body. And in this video, you will clearly see the evidence. Mr. Davion Murphy taking full credit for his role in the shooting.
That's insane. That's insane, man. Niggas like that play too much Call of Duty. Anyway, so that's pretty much the latest.
And that's what he could argue. He played Call of Duty. He got a new outfit.
That's only day one. That's only day one, Chad. So we're gonna go to day 2 tomorrow. Obviously,
that's what he was thinking about, playing the game.
All those type of people in the some witnesses and obviously medical experts and stuff like that. But pretty much, I think this is kind of hook, line, and sinker complete.
That's the only way
and it's complete in the fact that, rough. These guys are on camera. They're being tracked digitally. Everything's lining up. You see the lookouts. You see the cars that they're driving. You see the Airbnb they're returning to. You see the bags that supposedly contain the guns. You see them trying to evade detection. They got handwritten notes with numbers on it. Like any excuse they can have, like, oh, well, I didn't have my phone with me, or I wasn't there because my phone wasn't there. Well, you wrote a list of people calling somebody else's phone. Insane, chat. Fucking insane.
Stay ready.
All right. I don't think we need any breakdown beyond that. I think that was a proper understanding of what the fuck happened. Okay, so let's get to this David thing real quick. So there's now a autopsy that got revealed. And the judge, if you guys remember, we heard the judge order the coroner's office, the medical examiner, to release the autopsy report as soon as possible. That's going to be obviously added to the discovery, and it's now going to be public record, which is, obviously this is a case of murder. Okay. Now, should I play this or should I just read it? I'll play Long Crimes. Now, some of these details are kind of disturbing.
The autopsy report for Celeste Rivas Hernandez in the David murder investigation has just been released. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so thanks for joining us here on this breaking sidebar. As I mentioned right here, this is what we've been waiting for in the David investigation, in the Celeste Rivas death investigation. This is the coroner's report. So it just came in, right? So after David was arrested, after he has been charged with the death of, charged with the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, this is what we've been waiting for. The cause of death, this has been sealed for months, and this is providing a lot of details. I'm going to tell you right now, it is very difficult to read through this. It is gruesome, but this is going to be a key point for both the prosecution and the defense. We know that Celeste's body, the body of this 14-year-old girl, was found in the trunk of a
Okay, let's get on with it.
Rivas Hernandez was discovered at 1100 hours on September 8th, 2025, in the front trunk of a vehicle in a tow yard in Los Angeles, and death was pronounced by a detective with the LAPD. A deputy medical examiner conducted an examination of Ms. Rivas Hernandez on September 10th, 2025, at the DME's Forensic Science Center. The cause and manner of death were determined December 9th, 2025. A court order initiated by the LAPD previously prevented the DME from releasing its findings. And this is the statement of Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Ode Akbo. After several months, I am grateful this information can now be released not only to the public, but also to the grieving family enduring loss. It is unfathomable they have had to wait this long to learn what happened to their daughter. The transparency of the information contained in our findings and reports is essential for empowering the community to make informed changes, to effectively reduce fear and allowing the community to take informed action. Making the department's information publicly available is not just about accountability, it is also about social justice and prevention. By ensuring access to this information, we strengthen our ability to learn, to act, and ultimately to prevent the next tragic loss of life. I want to extend my gratitude to our partner agencies for taking the necessary step of filing an order with the court to make this disclosure possible. Mary, I'll first start there. It's not every day you hear a statement like this from a chief medical examiner. Let's start right there.
That's true. Sometimes we don't want to release the specifics about the cause of death in an active investigation because perhaps it's information that only the killer would know. And so that's understandable that might be obscured initially. But I think what the chief medical examiner in LA is saying is that they had this information, they wanted to release this information, and they were thwarted in doing so.
And when you hear, so I'm reading from it, right? So the date of the injury, they say, is unknown. The place of the injury is unknown. Pronounced date, time, September 8th, 2025, 11 a.m. Date of examination, September 10th, 2025. And it was completed, right? So December 9th, 2025. Is that time span typical?
I think from September to December, that's reasonable because they're awaiting certain specialty ancillary tests, such as toxicologic examination. And it's
when allergies interrupt playtime, the power of Claritin comes to the rescue. Powerful relief for them, peace of mind for you.
Much harder to do on a decomposing body than if it were fresh deceased. So the fact that that takes a couple months
Man, look at
to
this
get
little
that
girl,
information.
bro. Look at this little girl, bro. That boy. And they said, boy, that,
So that's part of the whole picture of what happened to this poor teenager. That's reasonable.
And just to be clear, as we talk about this, David.
All right. Okay. We have the entire.
whoever did that, bro, it's a fucked up nigga, bro. That's some fucked up shit, bro. He did that to a little 14-year-old girl, bro. Like, and you. Woo! Boy, listen. It's over with. I got to see this case, bro. I don't even know the little nigga music. I just know he started being popular. Whatever happened, then this happened. Man, look, whoever involved needs that shit. Boy, that shit break my heart, bro. That shit real did break my heart. Like, there's nothing that anybody could to say this. Boy, like, if you just imagine, like, if that was any of y'all people, bro, I don't know how the fuck y'all would react, how the fuck y'all would feel. But man, look, I don't know how. Man, that's the type of shit you kidnap a nigga, torture him till you feel like you done. And you do your time happily and tell motherfuckers what you did to him. You do your time happily. That's the type of shit if somebody do that shit, that's the type of shit you kidnap motherfuckers. You do all type of fucked up shit to their ass until you get done, till you finish. And like, it could be like, you could almost get away with it. But you don't even give a fuck about getting away with it. So you confess and you just tell motherfuckers, I go pick them up over there. Right after you done doing it to them. The nigga did that shit. Yeah, y'all was looking for him. Yeah, and I know y'all was looking for, I had him the whole time y'all was looking for. I already knew he was a fucked up nigga. I was waiting on y'all to be looking for him. Yep. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Matter of fact, he's straight a little bit. I'm finna finish him off. And then I'm gonna show y'all where to find him. And that would have still been torturing that until they motherfuckers looking for it. Man. Oh yeah, and now they looking for you for it. So it's official. Yeah, it's over with for you, buddy. It's nothing. It's like, bro, just the first information I heard from a nigga describing that shit, when that nigga said her eye, like she was missing the eye. What? And mutilated after her death? Boy, look at him. Well, I would have got creative. I would have got creative with the type of shit I would have did to fuck him up. I would have got so creative with the shit I would have did to. Boy, look at him. Everybody involved. And then the way he, oh my God, that's somebody's little baby, boy. That's somebody's baby. Like, that's somebody's heart. Just gone. And now they finna hear the details about this shit public. Like, oh my God, boy. There is nothing, but as a father, there is nothing that's gonna be able to stop me. There's nothing. I gotta get my hands on this motherfucker myself. I might even organize structs or some shit, but I end up doing some time. Just so I can get placed around this nigga. I'm a bribe some motherfucking people in the system just to lock me up, put me where he at right quick. I don't want nobody else to do it. I want to do this myself. That's God bless that beautiful soul, bro. She ain't deserve that shit, dog. She ain't deserve that shit at all. Girl had her whole life ahead of her, bro. That girl had her whole life ahead of her, man. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. This shit is shit heartbreak.
Entire thing here, so we're gonna break it down ourselves. I like long crime, but we want to get straight to the shit. Give me 1 second. All right, I've actually never read a coroner's report before, so this is gonna be the first time, and I guess the first time for everything, right, Chaz? We've never actually read one of these before, but here goes nothing. All right, here we go, chat. So this is the County of Los Angeles Medical Examiner report, and her name is Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. Obviously, she was 14 years old at the time of her death, and the cause of death is being ruled as multiple penetrating injuries, homicide. Is how many injuries they're saying is with objects. Now let's see if we could. There's a summary and there's a narrative. The medical report summary is. Can you guys see this? Let's make sure you guys can see it. There's 2 penetrating wounds to the torso, the right abdomen. There's an injury to the liver. Now, homicide is how many injuries they're saying is ruled as multiple penetrating injuries. Homicide is how many injuries they're saying is with objects. Now, let's see if we could. There's a summary and there's a narrative. The medical report summary is. Can you guys see this? Let's make sure you guys can see it. There's 2 penetrating wounds to the torso, the right abdomen. There's an injury to the liver, and the left chest with a penetration of underlying intercostal space and cortical disruption in the adjacent ribs. Okay, so it kind of looks like they're kind of saying stabbing, right? But like stabbing to vital organs, it appears, right? 2 penetrating wound. So right abdomen, I guess liver would be here. I'm kind of flipped, so like here if you're looking at it, and then left chest would be like maybe like down if they're saying to the ribs, like left chest to the ribs. So I guess they're kind of other findings: bilateral dismemberment of upper and lower extremities, okay, and multiple additional skin defects, and then we're gonna see toxicology reports, so we got to make sure we see that. All right, here's the narrative. She was found decomposed, and the autopsy was limited by extensive post-mortem changes. There are 2 penetrating wounds. Okay, the wound on the abdomen penetrates the liver, and the wound on the upper chest penetrates the space in between and will be adjacent to the cortical surfaces of the ribs. The left lung does appear intact. Okay, cool. All right, we're trying to simplify this a little bit, chat. Trying to simplify this, okay? So this is exactly what a coroner is going to release, and this is 12 pages, okay? Prior post it's also
Base 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without. No setup. Just say hello. Every tool you.
So we might see or get a little bit more info than we care to really know, but this is all in the understanding that we are kind of like looking into a crime, not no other shit. Okay. All right. Post-mortem procedures. They did radiology. There is no donation, and they did not prepare the body for any mortuary. So they didn't
no casket
that could prepare it for mortuary transportation or for burial or something like that. Okay. External
no
examination.
casket.
Cool. All right, these are all whatever. Tattoos. Yes. Interesting. There's a tattoo on her finger, a right one, and it says it was the second medial, and the text on the tattoo says SH. Shh. Okay. Hair long. Okay. Eye color. Cool. All right. So this basically, these are physical observations. Sorry, Chad.
Bless you.
Physical observations. Okay. External decomposition changes. So we're getting the state of the body now. So the skin color changed. The description was that the body was dark brown. It was drying. Insect activity, which means she was being eaten by insects. I could imagine maggots and all that type of stuff. Multiple insect larvae was present. So insects were literally feeding on her body and having, offspring. There was a foul odor, as you'd imagine. She was decomposing for weeks. Other external decomposition changes. The head was partially skeletonized with an absent left eye. There is a liquefaction of the soft tissue. So they're saying that she did not have a left eye, and they're not actually saying that they believe that the eye was taken out, but they're feeling like through decomposition, maybe insects or whatever probably start eating at the eye. You get what I'm saying? Postmortem
Man, that's
softening,
fucked up. Either way, it's
coloration.
still
Cool.
fucked up, bro.
Other traumatic injuries. In the order of the
Man,
injuries. Okay, cool. All right. Skin defect.
man,
Okay, so
man.
these are describing how, she was stabbed. Again, once again, trigger warning here, people. I'm expecting, we kind of cover a lot of these type of criminal stuff.
Man, you supposed to say a trigger warning
I know
before.
we're talking about a young girl who was brutally murdered. We're just trying to get proper information, just that, nothing else, nothing more. Okay, so there's a 3/4 inch skin defect, and that I would imagine looks like a stab wound or something, right? And I'm guessing that's the length of the blade or whatever. And they're saying it's involved the right abdomen.
I hope you
It's
real handy
21
with
inches
knives
below the
where you
top of the
going,
head,
motherfucker.
1 inch right of the midline, and
I hope you real handy with knives where you going, nigga.
Inch in length.
You gonna see how handy you. It's some niggas that. It's some boys I know. You finna run into some real savages,
so
boy.
it's
Some
straight.
real
It's okay. 3 o'clock and 9
scoundrels.
o'clock would be just straight here. Okay, so it's basically almost like the knife was turned, like if this
Some
is
real
a knife,
samurais.
okay, like if this is the blade of the knife
That
stabs
nigga finna run into some real samurais,
so like
boy.
horizontally, basically that's what they're saying, right?
They finna fuck that boy up, man.
The wound track sequentially perforates the skin and soft tissue right of the right abdomen and the liver. The depth is about 1.5 inches. So the person stabs or somehow punctures and goes about a inch and a half. And the direction of it is she got stabbed from the front. Wow. It's interesting. Then there's another skin defect. This one
that shit fucked up. Shit ain't
if you look at
interesting.
it, 3/4 is
niggas. That's his
12,
go-to
16.
shit.
So this one's a little
interesting.
smaller.
That ain't interesting, bro.
This entrance
Shit
is
fucked up.
right below the lower chest, the left lower chest, and it's
He did
15
this to
inches
a
below the top of the
fucking
head, 6 from the
14-year-old.
midline, it's in third. And the path would sequentially perforate the skin. Okay, that's one that kind of stabs like towards the rib area. It did not hit the lung.
Listen, boy.
The wound track is at least 2 inches deep.
It
So
ain't nothing.
it's deeper than the first one, but it's more narrow than the first one. And the direction is actually left to right. Yeah. So remember, it's like this way, The ribs show disruption, but the lungs are also intact. Okay. Multiple skin defects also are present over the torso, with many perforating the skin and soft tissue. Hemorrhage or associated internal organ injuries. Okay. Multiple fragments of blue plastic materials are found embedded in the cut surfaces. Representative fragments are collected by the examiner. Okay, cool. All right. So we're kind of, there's a lot of stuff here. And by the way, I'll I'm gonna put this on our website, so you'll be able to see it. Like, you want to go through it yourself. Honestly, like, outside of us doing this on a stream, I pray that none of you guys ever have to read one of these about a loved one. But let's try to keep going. Okay, so her heart weight was 100 grams. Wow. Okay. All right. They have all type of stuff about her heart, the left ventricle. Like they really go in depth with kind of measuring out everything about the body, in case these things can be used to really determine how this person died, whether if something happened, then it caused something to happen. Digestive system, everything's intact. Contents. So she had nothing in her stomach. Pill fragments is absent. By the way, again, you know, I know I'm probably overdoing it with the disclaimers. Again, we're kind of, the reason why this is important, we have a really hazy forecast of what happened with her. We don't know, right? We're kind of trying to figure it out, and we have to get as deep in pause as reading this coroner's report to kind of really, like, on a common sense, we do common sense shit here, but on a common sense level, make it make sense on how she died, right? Right now, we know she got stabbed twice, right? But, you know, there's many questions to ask. Was she fighting back? Was she restrained? How did this happen? Was she already, I don't know, like maybe she was fucking sleeping. Who knows? So we're trying to figure out all these things. But so, you know, that's why we're kind of going into some, you know, this is really in-depth stuff. Okay, so stomach contents was absent. So there's no food left there. Pill fragments, nothing. Her gastric mucosa was intact. Appendix is present. Everything looked like with the digestive system seems, you know, without significant pathological findings. The liver weight seems like it was 225, and they said the liver capsule, that seemed like there was some evidence of traumatic injury. Okay, so we're gonna look at what that is. Gallbladder present, that's normal. Pancreas is you know, unremarkable. Okay, urinary tract, okay, they measure everything, cool. Female reproductive tract, uterus is present, not enlarged, without endometrial lesions or hemorrhage. Okay, ovaries and whatever, appropriate for her age, without lesion. Okay, cool. Usually, sometimes if she was, you know, if someone had sex with her after death, some of these things could pop up in these reports as well. Okay, all right. So we're seeing a bunch of like kind of normal stuff other than stabbing, right? But we do see the head and the central nervous systems, as you can imagine, because she dies. There's a lot of like your brain and like your nervous system go through a lot of extreme changes, not only in trying to prepare or trying to like save you, but you know, you're dying. You get what I'm saying? So you see severe postmortem changes. I can imagine what that could be. Anyway, all right. Examinations are cool. The photos taken prior to. Okay, so this is another test they do. All right. Trying to get to some interesting stuff, chat. So the liver is affected a lot, that they're saying.
That shit fucked up, bro.
Okay. So they take some samples, finger,
nails, shit,
liver, jawbone. Okay. And they do toxicology. All right. These are the detectives that were interested in this. And okay. Now we're going to get to toxicology, chat. So here's the thing with toxicology. So it's confirmed that she had alcohol in her system at the time she died. She's a 14-year-old, chat. Keep this in mind. So alcohol, ethanol, was found present in her system.
I wonder how they could tell that.
I think I gotta see what these denoting means. Give me a second. What does PP mean? Is that present or not detected? I think it's PP means present, and ND means not detected. There's not a thing here, so I'm gonna go off of that until we see otherwise. Okay, so alcohol definitely present. In the drug screen, benzodiazepines. Okay, brings me back to my days of organic chemistry, huh? I just typed in Benz. Silly me.
Decomposing body, and if it were fresh.
Okay, let's see what drugs come into that. Okay, that's Xanax. So let's just say that's Xanax. Okay, so she has alcohol in her system, Xanax in her system. I'm gonna say ND means not detected, so no coke, no fent. Methamphetamines, what would that be? Is that like Molly, or is that like Adderall? Methamphetamines. What the fuck?
Leave that shit alone. All of it.
Oh, Molly, yeah. Let's go, Molly. Okay. All right. So she has little liquor, Xanax, a little Molly. There's no codeine or morphine detected, no hydrocodone detected, and no phencyclidine detected. Okay, but I mean, it's kind of if I had a child and I figured and I realized they drunk off the Xans and taking motherfucking Molly. Shit.
At 14, anyway. The fuck is you doing?
I don't know what ink means, but.
And who the fuck is you getting?
Nervous about setting out to see something new? Rest assured, we've seen it all. Travel can get on.
Oh, okay. Here's a legend. ND means not detected. Okay, they gave a legend. Okay, great. ND means not detected, and PP means presumably or presumptively positive. So we were right. What does INC mean? INC, because they use that as well. INC, do we see it on here? What's your I think it means it's included because they included this up top. Okay, whatever. All right, so it looked like she was on 3 drugs, y'all. 3 drugs. She was on liquor, Xanax, and also some Molly. All right, let's keep it going. This is how they're saying that the wounds looked. Okay, the wounds are only here on the body. Now, this is a description of the body and talking about the defects. Okay. One of the fingers has sh tatted here. There's 2 fingers absent here. Interesting.
Damn.
Also, when you flip, also they're saying there's multiple linear abrasions, multiple defects. Bottom of what? Okay, so we know fingers were missing. Is there toes missing? No, there's no toes missing. But fingers are missing. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is interesting, chat. They're saying that she had a tattoo with his name. And they're saying he cut the finger off with the tattoo of the name.
That's crazy.
So, on one of the missing fingers, oh my God. Okay. In one of the wait. Hold on. Unless I got that wrong. I heard, so the shoe tattoo, the SHH or SH tattoo, yes, that was there. But they're saying that on one of the other fingers, they believe that on one of her fingers that was removed. Oh yeah, I'm not too sure if this is true, but they're saying the medical examiner says Celeste Rivas was killed by penetrating injuries, and she was missing her left eye, and the same finger she had David's name tatted on was missing. Wow. Now I don't know if this is her actual finger here. And I don't know if it's officially confirmed. We all know she had a SH tattoo, but we don't know if she had his name tatted. But apparently he did. There's 2 of her fingers that were cut off. Interesting. And they're making it clear like this is not insects eating the fingers. That's her. She got those fingers chopped off. Wow.
That's crazy.
All right. Here's some more interesting stuff. Okay. Apparently she was 15, or maybe it was 15 at the time. When this autopsy was done, I'm not too sure. Okay. Let me see if anything else. It's about the scene. Okay. I observed the decedent posterior torso lying and prone in a body bag in the front trunk of a Tesla. Her head was oriented towards the north. She appeared to be of indeterminate age and ethnicity with dark hair and natural teeth. She was wearing a blue top, underwear, leggings, and socks. I observed multiple holes in the front and back of the tube top. She was missing both arms above the elbows. Wow. And both legs above the knees. Huh? Wait, how does the medical examiner not say that then? Oh no, let's go back up a little bit. So they're saying that there's none of this. So this is not here. And below the knees is not there. Oh, X top of body. Oh, did they make the cuts? Or make the cuts? They said this isn't here. Oh, so 10 inches to the bottom of the heel is missing. So this is from like where her knee is. Missing. And then they're going to say from here. Oh, yeah, that seems like an amputation then, right? Then this is missing, and then this is missing. Holy shit. And then when the hand is there, but then the 2 fingers are missing.
That's crazy.
This nigga must have a power tool.
That's wild.
What
the fuck is that about?
Let's keep reading.
What the fuck is that about?
And contained the decedent's appearance compiled by lateral arms and legs. So he left them. He left the arms and legs in the back. They appear to have been dismembered into several fragments. Oh, The decedent was in an advanced state of decomposition, demonstrated by foul odor, discoloration, liquefaction, insect activity, and partial skeletonization and skin slippage. I noticed a approximate 1-inch linear defect on her abdomen and circular defects on her left flank. The left ring and pinky fingers have been. Which hand do you like wear a wedding ring on? You wear a wedding ring on your left hand, right? And that hand was cut off. That finger was cut off with the pinky finger. So he cut these 2 fingers off. And I did not locate them during this. Okay, so he left everything else. So he cut the limbs off, but he left it in the bag. The fingers he took, or he discarded somehow. That's odd. She has a tattoo that reads "shh" on the inside of her right index finger. I did not observe any other discernible scars or tattoo. The decedent was not ID viewable due to the decomposition of the face and was not live scanned due to waterlogged fingers. She was assigned Jane Doe 550. They identified her by dental radiograph comparison, and they identified her parents of the death same day. Interesting. I believe this is the forensic scientist who gave it report. Prior to my arrival, the front was open, the body bag was unwrapped and open to view the decedent. The decedent was dismembered inside a black body bag and a black trash bag. The decedent was severely decomposed. There was decomposition fluid on the outside and inside the bags. The decedent was a female that had dark hair. Also, insect activity was observed in the body bag. The body bag had a double zipper, 3 handles on each length side, and a handle on top with on the top and a bottom with N. How does this guy get a body bag? Gotta check that nigga's Amazon cart. What the fuck he got in his Amazon cart? A body bag? Like, I thought it was gonna be like, yo, this nigga's a steward, like a construction bag, like one of the heavy duty construction bag shit. This guy got a body bag on deck. This guy might be a serial killer. Who the fuck has a body bag going on? A body, like, this is like a legit official body bag. He had a double zipper, 3 handles on each side. Like, what? Inside the front of the body bag contained the decedent's head and torso in a prone position. The head pointed north, thighs pointed south, and the trash bag, oh, there's a trash bag too, was at the south end of the front beneath the body. The trash bag was tied and contained the limbs, arms with hands and legs with feet. What? Arms with hands and legs with feet. Wait, did he cut the arm off? Then he cut the, oh my God, this is, holy shit. Yeah, this is some creepy shit, Chad. Holy, this is.
Specifically about.
Okay. Wow. All right. So that's the latest, chat. Let me go to Law and Crime to see if there's any more interesting things that was kind of like, that's kind of ridiculous. Now, if you don't know, according to the DA says that she was starting to threaten him about letting it go to the public that they've had a inappropriate relationship. Apparently, this was something that the fans knew that they were dating, but many of the fans, he had young fans, so they're not looking at like this is inappropriate. They're like, oh, that's David. Like, like if there were females, maybe they fantasized about having a relationship with him too. So that didn't get, for the people who thought they were in a relationship, it didn't get to the point of, no, this is fucking wrong. But I guess she realized that, you know what? Wait, hold on. Dude, you're not really supposed to be with me. And then she would use it and threaten him, like, and kind of like, not necessarily say blackmail, but, kind of say like, hey, listen, I'll go tell the cops. And apparently for him to try to save his career, this and third, he's like, you know what? I don't know if it's, maybe she threatened him one too many times. Maybe she, whatever. He's like, I'm killing this chick,
I want to break down at the very beginning, and we're going to bring him on to discuss all of these for your child, but who's decomposed. The prosecution is going to present evidence to the court. He did not commit this murder.
April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
So in other words, according to authorities, David was allegedly having an illegal relationship with a minor. She was a witness to illegal sex acts, and she was going to, expose him or threaten him, and he killed her. I wonder if that's a fair interpretation. The question is, what does that mean exactly? Was she going to go to the police? Was she going to post this to social media? How do they intend to prove that? I asked Nathan Hochman about this on my show, Jesse Weber Live on News Nation, and he basically said, I'm not going to get into the details of it. That will be more revealed during the preliminary hearing, but I want to preview what we can expect here, and I want to try to understand this, because this is new information. This is a new allegation. And before I even get into that and more, I just have one more update for you. So Celeste's family, who we really haven't heard from in the last 7 months, officially released their first statement. Quote, we would like to thank the Los Angeles Police Department and the District Attorney's Office for their hard work. We would also like to thank the people of Lake Elsinore for all their support. Celeste was a beautiful, strong girl who loved to sing and dance. Every Friday night was movie night, and we spent wonderful times together. We love her very much, and she always told us that she loved us. We miss her deeply. All we want is justice for Celeste. Now, I'm happy they released this statement for a number of reasons. One, it's always good to hear from the family and get their perspective on this. But number two, we haven't heard a lot about Celeste. We talk a lot about her as the alleged victim in this case. but to understand who she.
Okay,
she's wearing a hoodie, brown hoodie, which is his, and she just looked very. I said, she looked very lost and confused, and I was saying that because I knew a little bit more of the story.
So this guy that they're interviewing, he's been like really following this case, and he's been actually really upset that there was an arrest early because he was doing a whole investigation himself, and he's not with police, but he was triggered by the story, and now he gets to talk a little bit more about it because finally there's an arrest and charges
behind it, and that was that Celeste had really lost respect for David. She knew that. She had been, here she was, 14 years old. She'd been lured away from school and everything, because of him. And I think she knew that she was in a really bad spot. And I don't think they were getting along great. I think that she lost respect for him. And so this makes sense. And I do think that he was threatened by her.
So I was trying to get an answer from Nathan Hochman the other.
Meet Basil Hayden Bourbon.
Bourbon on the rocks. Same for you?
Surprise.
That she was going to go to the police? Was it the idea that she was going to post something on social media? And obviously said, the details will come out during the preliminary hearing. Any of those ideas make sense to you? I mean, was she about to come forward with this? Like, I imagine what she was going to come forward with, if you listen to what the prosecution's arguing, is that she was having, an illegal relationship with David, or if she knew something like about him having illegal sex with somebody else. I don't think that's what it is, but you tell me.
Yeah, so there's a couple elements to that. I think that, there was claims from the beginning, there were some photos that leaked out of David in Lake Elsinore with this paper bag and this transaction going on. And there was the teacher at her school that talked about people were extorting David. And I do believe that was happening. And then there's further proof, I think, that was happening. And I think David was
so possibly he was just paying these kids to keep quiet because everyone kind of her classmates and her close friends started knowing that she was dealing with this guy.
Standing that
it's probably kind of like the same thing, chat, where these freaky ass teachers go and they fuck a kid, and we always say obviously it's not necessarily right, but when it's a hot teacher and it's a junior fucking her, damn, that's kind of what niggas always wanted to do back in whatever, and people always say damn, why did they fuck it up? Why did they go snitch on a teacher? And most times it's not even them. Most times it's they're getting some grown ass pussy and they probably tell their friends yo, you don't fucking miss so and so, and those people that probably say something to their parent, they probably say something at lunch, and that's where the rumblings start. So I could imagine that he's with Celeste, and I don't think Celeste is probably necessarily was just telling everybody, but shit, her friends probably find out, and they start running their mouth, and they probably realize, oh, he got some money, we could get something out of him to keep quiet, and he's probably kind of paid off her friends, knowing he's kind of in a really trash position, but he's probably thinking I could keep doing this till she's 18. And then when she starts using that leverage, he's like, oh, this ain't gonna work. Maybe that's why he killed her, right? I'm kind of trying to come up with a reason, but this guy's batshit crazy. We're probably not gonna come up with a reason at all.
This was kind of a grip on him, and then when you lose respect to the person that it's centered around, it can become a real problem. And then not too long ago, I kind of put out there that there was this report.
I see comments in the chat. Did we I hope you didn't think my analogy was weird, right? I said when we see stories of I don't know, a 16, 17-year-old boy fucking a grown, attractive teacher, even though it's not right because it's a guy, we kind of look at it and we're like, yo, why did he snitch? Y'all seen the stories, y'all seen them posted. When you see this attractive female teacher, why did he snitch? And the point what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times it's not the guy who snitched. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys understand that, right?
I tried to get the investigative reports from West Hollywood Sheriff's Department, the Sheriff's Office, which weren't directly tied into this case, but had jurisdiction.
Somebody said they don't think like that. All right, well, that's just you, bro. Nigga, I was 17 in my college. I was 17 in high school, and there was this one Spanish teacher named Miss Martinez. Nigga, I would have bent her over the table. Nigga, fuck what you heard. I'm just keeping a bean. Nigga, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's a slightly double standard. Not saying it's right, but nigga, I still want that chick. I've been trying to find her ever since. Miss Martinez, man. I guess high school, somebody find her.
Over the other rental house that David was at, where they have that famous.
I don't know about y'all. The person who said in my chat, they're like, nah, we don't think like that. Be like, yo, niggas used to, our whole. We had the lunch table at, remember, we're seniors. The first one.
All right, man. I'm wrapping this up. I got shit to do. It's 2 a.m. We in the lit house. Keep the light within you shining bright, you feel me? Fuck that shade, get paid, and that's every single day. And create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your paper. Straight like that. And never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest.
Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new partner pissing. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. Sticking to my vision on the road to the rich. Every single day. Trying to get